For over 80 years, amazing storytellers from different mediums,
including comic books, TV, films, games, and more,
have created the vast, ever-changing multiverse of stories,
worlds, and characters that have come to define DC.
These iconic worlds have become a part of our own culture.
Gotham City,
Metropolis,
Central City,
Atlantis.
They're mascara in the iconography for DC's heroes.
Images like the bat symbol, the Batmobile.
Logos like the S-Shield and the Lantern
are immediately recognized worldwide.
The classic superheroes have inspired.
And the supervillains have entertained.
Generations of fans across the globe.
And that is who we're here to celebrate today.
You, the DC fans.
The passion and the commitment you bring to the world of DC
is what has kept it going for over 80 years
and will keep us going for many more.
And the future of DC is brighter than ever.
We will have something for everyone.
Surprising and delighting fans who have been on the journey with us all along.
But also inspiring a whole new generation to carry the torch.
That is the power of DC.
And what powers DC is you.
Sit back for the next few hours and enjoy
as we celebrate the past,
showcase the present,
and preview what the future holds.
Welcome to DC Fandom.
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 The most powerful force in the universe is a story. A story shapes hearts and minds, withstands the test of time, and changes the way we see the world. A story turns characters into icons, moments into memories, and shows us that heroes come in many forms. And in this fight for truth, justice, and a better tomorrow, our story is just beginning.
You guys might want to hold on.
This is gonna be the start of something huge.
You're part of this too.
How am I part of this?
You'll see.
Who am I?
I think there's something he needs to show me.
The DC universe will never be the same.
I'm vengeance.
I am Tiffany Smith, and welcome to the much-anticipated, fan-inspired, worldwide event, DC FanDome. Did you hear that music? Pretty cool, right? Well, DC FanDome now has its very own score by composer Blake Neely. If you're a credits watcher like me, you'll probably recognize his name from such terrific DC TV shows like, The Flash, Supergirl, Legends of Tomorrow, and so many more. You will be hearing a lot more of Blake's incredible score throughout the show. Now, if you were here last year, then you might have an idea of the kind of awesomeness that is about to come your way. Huge reveals, exclusive content, and a few big surprises. There is so much that I couldn't possibly do this on my own. So, of course, we put together a pretty super team of co-hosts, as well as celebrity hosts that you're gonna get to hang out with all day. So, Let's say hello to a few of them right now, starting with our Brazilian friends.
Hello, superfans. I'm Érico Borgo. It is so good to be back at DC Fandom.
This is Aline Diniz e prepare-se para uma viagem fantástica através do multiverso DC.
Hi friends, mabuhay mga kababayan. My name is Gino Killiamore and I couldn't be more excited to share what DC has in store for you.
Bonjour les fanatiques, Teriel TM here. Vous n'êtes pas prêts. DC is doing it up big this year.
Hola mundo, I'm Gabby Cam, and all of us here are just as excited as you are to be back at DC Fandom. So sit back, get comfy, and get ready for the biggest celebration of all things DC.
G'day mates, I'm Jaden Rodriguez. Today, we gather from all around the globe to celebrate our love for DC Comics and the stars and creators who bring them to life. This is Warner Brothers and DC's way of saying thank you to the fans for your loyalty, dedication, and passion for the characters and the stories in the DC universe. Later in the show, you're not going to want to miss this, the much anticipated new trailer for The Batman.
And gamers, get ready for the Gotham Knights game.
Javisha Leslie flies into action as Batwoman.
And we're also diving in deep with my man, Jason Momoa.
And getting a mouthful from King Shark and Harley Quinn.
Shazam's Zachary Levi enlightens us on the fury of the gods.
We're taking the fast lane with The Flash, plus Naomi, Doom Patrol, Peacemaker, and some surprises.
With so much to share, let's kick things off in a really big way with one of the biggest stars to ever rock the DC universe, Black Adam.
I've never seen the likes of it before. Having done James Bond for 10 years, 4 films, nothing compares to this.
I play Hawkman.
Cyclone.
Atom Smasher.
Dr. Fate. Leading the whole charge is Dwayne Johnson.
He's more brutal, uncompromising, fueled by the depths of his pain. He's Black Adam.
Black Adam. Hey DC Fandom, and hello to everyone watching around the world. I am so excited right now to be here and to talk to you about the man in black himself, Black Adam. Now, as you guys know, this character, this film, this universe has been a gigantic passion project of mine for a very long time. And I have worked so hard, worked these hands, these calluses, my fingers to the bone on this project because it's the kind of project that I know comes along once in a lifetime. And the truth is, I was born to play Black Adam. Now, we've just started the post-production process, which is so exciting. And the film has, without question, some of the biggest action sequences I have ever been a part of. And I am so proud and excited of our incredible team who are working away to create breathtaking, holy shit, scenes that I know you're really going to love. Now, even though we're still working away, this is DC Fandom. So I felt like I had to bring you guys just a little something special. Now, you know me, guys, and you know, I always like to say that you, the audience, the people, you guys are my #1 boss. So I got together with my director, Jalma Colette Serra, and we put together a little glimpse of one of the opening scenes of the movie when Black Adam is first revealed. Now, what you're gonna see here is why the hierarchy of power in the DC universe is about to change. I hope you enjoy this very first look at the man in black himself, Black Adam.
What a way to start the show. Dwayne Johnson was honestly born to play Black Adam, am I right? And if you've been following him on Instagram, he's definitely been working hard to make sure his body looks just right for this role. Once again, if you're just joining us, I'm Tiffany Smith, and you know how I mentioned earlier we were gonna have some celebrity hosts for the show? Well, let's not waste any time and bring one of them in right now, real quick. I know you were hoping to see this guy, TV's Flash, AKA Barry Allen, AKA Grant Gustin in the house. How you doing, Grant? Thank you so much for joining us from set.
Thank you, Tiffany. I wouldn't miss experiencing DC FanDome with all the fans who are watching today.
Yeah, I am so excited for it as well, but we are here to talk with you about The Flash, and we have to talk about the end of season 7. What was it like seeing Nora again and meeting Bart? Is it a weird feeling for you to talk to your future kids who are basically like the same age as you?
Yeah, it has always been a little weird to play the father role with actors who are essentially the same age as me. But it's, you know, and for Barry, it was obviously a very emotional reunion with Nora and to meet Bart for the first time. But you know, for me, it's just fun. Like, I've always loved working with Jessica, who plays Nora, and you know, she's so sweet and so talented. And I'd never met or worked with Jordan before, but we have a lot of mutual friends, and we had a lot of fun together. So yeah, it was a blast having both of them on set.
Okay, so at DC FanDome last year, you touched on something the fans and you have been really hoping to see for years. Tell us about this obsession of yours with the gold boots on the Flash.
It's less of an obsession and more, it's just always been the final element that I think has been missing from our suits, you know? And I've loved all the versions of the Flash suit that we've had on the show, but the suit that we have now in particular, I think is kind of the closest to a lot of the different iterations you see in the comic books, with the exception of those gold boots. And I've always felt like the gold boots would just be the nice final touch.
Now, although I'd love to keep the combo going, we've got to toss this over to where Grant's TV wife is standing by.
Thanks, Grant. It is so great to be here talking to DC superfans. My role as reporter Iris West Allen on The Flash has given me the skills needed to properly introduce DC FanDome's news flashes. The time has finally come. Grant and Barry Allen finally get the gold boots for season 8 of The Flash. Here is the first official look at the new costume.
Look at you smiling. How excited are you to finally have the boots?
Yeah, I'm very excited that fans get to see the first look at the boots. I'll probably be running around Vancouver in them. So I'm really excited you guys got to see a first look at the boots.
Thanks so much, Grant. I'm looking forward to seeing you in action in those coveted gold boots. I know it's gonna be awesome on the show. And hey, it's been fun kicking it here with you. Yeah, sorry, dad jokes, they're just gonna keep coming. Coming up, we've got some never-before-seen footage from the Suicide Squad game, Aquaman, The Lost Kingdom, Harley Quinn, and all the Batmans. Or Batmen. You know what I mean. Now, not only do we here in the DC FanDome want to know what you out there in the fanverse think, but we wanted to know what you can do. You sent in the best of your best cosplay and fan art, and here is just a sample of some of the amazing talent out there in the DC fandom.
Aloha, DC Fandom. I apologize for the 4-year wait.
Oh my gosh. We've been there since 2017.
But I'm very proud of the sequel because it's tackling a lot of issues environmentally. Stakes are higher, and I'm just excited because I had a big part in my boy James, you know? Check it out. I'm excited for you to see it. The tides are changing. It's just important. The tides are changing.
Like the comic book, the world of Aquaman is so big and so rich.
It's epic. It's huge. It's colorful. The world is at stake.
I'm super excited to be back making the sequel. I have so much invested into it. I love this character. I love what it represents. There's nothing that I've ever been a part of that's like this.
People are going to be in for a treat. When Aquaman 2 comes out, they're going to get a movie that's more mature, but yet still retain its fun, to give the audience something different, something new that they haven't seen before.
The success of that movie as the biggest DC movie of all time shows what James Wan and his team were able to do. And in this second film, we have turned the dials up to 11. It has the action, the fun, the heart.
Action! Superheroes and supervillains have entertained generations of fans across the globe.
Good, you got it? We put that in the movie?
To play around with this cast again is quite a trip. We're having a blast. This movie's a lot of fun.
I think fans are going to be very happy. And I think James is really excited to go all out.
This is an exciting scene. We better get to a little bit of action.
It's going to be a fun adventure like it was the first time. Just better.
We see that Black Manta is still seeking his vengeance to try and kill Aquaman. That's gonna be something that's exciting for the audience, something for them to be swept up into the world of Aquaman again.
About to kick some ass.
It's a globe-trotting story. We visit so many different worlds. This movie isn't afraid to embrace its fantasy and go on this magical journey. I think it's gonna be really awesome.
Aquaman. Now there is a cool gig I could get used to. That surf and turf lifestyle, swimming in the day, carrying a gigantic pitchfork at night with some facial hair all over my face. So you could imagine my excitement when I heard I was cast in the next Aquaman. I was like, hey, hold up. What about Jason Momoa? How did he take the news? Apparently he was extremely happy for me. He thought I would be the perfect fish in HBO Max's upcoming Aquaman King of Atlantis animated miniseries. Here's a splash of what's to come. I'm splashing.
He is Aquaman, and he just became King of Atlantis.
Thank you. Is there a different throne we could...
No. And the fate of his people, of his home, of all the world is in his hands.
That's right.
So yeah, no pressure. Join Aquaman for the undersea adventure of a lifetime. Aquaman, King of Atlantis, 3-part special event now streaming.
Huh? Ocean Master? Hey, Ocean Master, you out there anywhere?
I think he's gone.
So be it. Farewell, my brother.
Still got your trident.
Oh, that little... I hate this! We're supposed to be getting revenge on him, not saving him!
It's fine. It'll still be the same mission. Get Ocean Master, punch him, and bring the trident back to Atlantis.
Yeah, but it's less fun now.
True, but if you don't bring Ocean Master back, everyone's definitely gonna think you 100% killed him.
And I won't even get to! That's the worst part!
Where do you think they went?
I don't know. I have to ask for help from the only people who don't think I'm a total joke. People who are not people. People who...
Just say fish.
Fish. I'm talking to the fish. Yeah, I'm talking to the fish. Like this one, that one, her or him, or maybe even this. I send down the kind of sonar. It intercepts their brains. They shoot it back to me, and it goes inside my face. They tell me their thoughts and fears. They tell me secret things. They all love me, and I love them because I am the king.
Hello mates, Jaden Rodriguez in the DC FanDome. Wow, look at this place. After that last segment, I've got that song, Talking to the Fish, stuck in my head. And if you can't get enough of this tune, well, you can listen to it right now on Spotify. I'd like to introduce to you two legends in the comic book and entertainment world. Milestone Media partner Reggie Hudlin and Milestone Media co-founder Dennis Cowan. And a familiar face from the DC family, Echo Kellum. Take a look.
All right, hey everybody, I am Echo Kellum, and first of all, I hope you guys are having a blast at DC FanDome 2021. Now, we have a really great program in store for you guys today, and to get things started, I would like to introduce you all to two legends in the comic book and entertainment world, Milestone Media partner Reggie Hudlin and Milestone Media co-founder Dennis Cowan.
Sound claps.
Oh, yeah, that's like applause everywhere. Now, first of all, I'm so happy to be able to interview you guys. Static Shock was such a huge thing for me growing up and whatnot. But for those of us who might not know, could you please tell us what Milestone and Milestone Media is?
Milestone was founded in, actually was founded in the 90s by myself with Derek Dingle, Michael Davis, and Dwayne McDuffie. The late great Dwayne McDuffie. People of color are underrepresented in this industry, especially, I mean, in the entertainment industry in general, but especially in comic books. So we all got together with the idea of doing comic books. For creators of color, the best way to do that was to get together and to create a line of books that would reflect and represent our culture. So that's what we did. We started with a book called Static, and we did a book called Hardware. Icon and Rocket was the next one, followed by The Blood Syndicate, and we launched in 1992 to great acclaim. It was very successful and kind of changed the game in comics in a major way. And suddenly, people who were underrepresented now had representation. It was a big deal, and it was a lot of fun to do, but it was a lot at that time.
You guys have already made big strides since the FanDome 2020 panel with the launch of Static Season 1 and Icon and Rocket Season 1 and Hardware Season 1, the limited series. So what's the feedback been like from fans, new and old, seeing these characters in their renaissance?
It's really been great. People were like, about time, you were taking too long, but now you're here, you're living up to expectations. It's a lot of commentary from a lot of different types of people. They love the art. They're like, oh my God, I love this kind of, black anime style that's, you guys didn't get stuck in the past. You kept it relevant, you kept it edgy to what's now. They really love the dynamic between Static and his dad. I relate to it a lot as a reader. I'm like, wow, that's like me and my father. I try to be like that with my son. It's great stories, but it's in that Milestone tradition of, what are stories you're not going to read at any other company? Milestone is a unique style of storytelling which delivers quality superhero action because the founders were all the top creators in the business then and now, and at the same time, really speaking to where people of color are and what our challenges are in the 21st century.
Oh, that's awesome. That's very cool. And I know you were talking about the universe and whatnot. So well, comic book fans, they obviously love the notion of a connected universe. Will we see some of the characters from season 1 titles begin to appear in each other's books?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's definitely part of the plan. I mean, we're working so far ahead. We actually already know how season 1 is going to end and how, things might advance from there. So we can tell you with all confidence to the fans out there that yes, the characters will appear in each other's books and meet each other. And there is an interconnected, Dakotaverse, Milestone universe within these books. So that's one of the things that we've been focusing on and doing it.
What else is in the works? What's coming up?
Well, we have a lot of stuff coming up.
Yeah, all these books have been really successful. So you'll be seeing season 2 of Icon and Hardware and Static and Icon and Rocket. But there's a book that everyone's been like, yo, what's going on?
Are you going to bring it back?
What's our
up with
favorite?
That? We liked the other stuff, but
yeah,
you know.
come with our thing.
What's up?
Blood Syndicate, which is, I mean, a shocking number of people's favorite book from the original Milestone line, will be coming back. And a lot of people have been shocked about how hard the Loon line of books have been. Blood Syndicate, that's all I'm saying.
Could you guys talk about a little bit of the compendium that's coming out, the Milestone compendium that's having like all the old comics or something like that coming in, right?
Yeah, again, we're trying to give people what they want. So many fans have been like, Reg, we're so excited you're bringing the new books back, but you know, my mom threw out my books, or I moved and there was some water damage, so I lost all my original copies, or I was too young back then, but I want to catch up with the old school as well as the new school. So it's a giant book, you know, it's gonna be huge.
1,300 pages of material. Soft cover, 1,300 pages of collecting the first runs of Hardware and Icon and Rocket, Static, like everything. And this is volume 1.
I keep hearing this aspect that you really want to bring the media back into Milestone media, right? Can you talk to us about some of those potential projects that might be existing outside of the comic book realm?
They're not might, they're real.
Existing.
They're happening. We've got 2 movie projects in development right now. The script that Randy McKinnon is writing for the live action feature film version of Static is, you know, he's hard at work right now. We're gonna be getting that soon. So live action Static Shock is a real thing. That's in the works. You know, Warner Brothers is excited about it. We're excited about it.
Michael B. Jordan's excited about it.
Michael B. Jordan's producing the movie with us. Here's the new announcement that no one knows yet. This is FanDome breaking news, which is the first Milestone animated feature film is now in the works. You know, we just hired an amazing writer, and if you guys have been reading Hardware, you know how dope he is as a writer.
Brandon Thomas.
Brandon Thomas
has been hired to write our screenplay for our animated feature, and in conjunction with Warner Brothers. And we're very excited about that. That's gonna be a massive project.
Massive.
With more than one character.
Yeah.
This is gonna be the thing that Milestone fans have been really dreaming about for a long time. And we're happy to give it to them finally. So, you know, not only are we doing live action, we're doing animation.
Yeah.
And we're bringing it, so.
Yeah, so compendium, all the classic old school Milestone material. We've got the Black History Month book that's in the works, and 2 movies in the works.
Wow. I mean, you guys are dropping some major kernels and awesome news, but I'm hearing that there is some news that you guys are kind of holding back, some really big news. Can you guys tell everyone about how Milestone is working to create the next wave of great superhero storytellers?
We're doing a program that we're so excited about. It's in conjunction with DC Comics. DC has a program called NGDC, Next Generation DC. It's a large program. We're doing a part of that program called the Milestone Initiative. We're partnering with Ally, and they're working with us to bring the next generation of comic book artists, writers, colorists, editors, letterers, and all aspects of the comic book industry to comics.
You know, there's a lot of talented people. The same way you look at the Black presence in music, the Black presence in film and television, is now to have that, it's time for us to have that same impact on the comic industry. You know, pioneers like Dennis, like Dwayne, like Cal Baker, like Christopher Priest, you know, these are the folks who just, you know, they had a machete, and then the machete broke, then they had a butter knife, but they kept cutting their way through the woods and they cleared a path. And now we're saying, come on, let's go.
Right, right, because none of it, all of it's meaningless unless there are people behind you who are also doing the same thing and even better from that path that you made. So that's why this is very important to us. and we're very excited about our relationship, with DC and Ally.
So what we want everyone to do is, if you have interest in any aspect of this business, in terms of comic books, in terms of animation, all these different fields, apply to the program.
Yes.
We won't take everybody, but we're going to take the best of the bunch, and we'll put you in seminars and training sessions with some of the most talented people in our field. You're going to hear from the best of the best, and we're going to groom you to be the next generation of superstars. We need you.
Yeah. Well, I'll just say, as a young creator, this is such amazing news. The fact that you guys are helping representation in this field, it's critical, and POCs and LGBTQIA groups will be this is just really great work, and I'm sure Dwayne is smiling from heaven with just how you guys are honoring his legacy and just continuing to do some really great work. That's really awesome. That's really dope. I'm very happy to hear that. Well, I want to thank my guests, Milestone exec Reggie Hudlin and Dennis Cowan, for joining us today. And I want to thank you for being a part of our DC Fandom 2021. Be sure to keep watching for more news, fun, and excitement as DC Fandom continues.
What an amazing opportunity for our fans. A special shout out to Ally for backing that program. The next segment is one of my favorites because it celebrates our fans. And here is just a sample of the amazing talent out there in the DC fandom. Wow, such incredible talent out there. And I hear that Jim Lee will be announcing the winners at the end of the show. So stay tuned to see if you've been chosen. Now, back over to you, Candace, for some more breaking news.
DC and Webtoon recently partnered to bring our iconic superheroes and supervillains to new and old fans, kicking off the collaboration with Batman Wayne Family Adventures, a smash hit inspired by the fandom around the Bat family. All your fan-favorite characters like Stephanie Brown, Cassandra Cain, Barbara Gordon, and Duke Thomas will have their own featured episodes and arcs in this hilarious slice of life series, only available on Webtoon. And DC fans can expect more amazing DC Webtoon originals coming soon. Check out this exclusive sneak peek.
Still to come, Peacemaker, Gotham Knights, and the Batman.
Hello, it's me again, international superstar and superhero Flula Borg. Now, as some of you may know, I actually got my start in Green Lantern, issue number 173 in 1984. Well, actually, I was just 2 years old then, because I'm talking, of course, about my super dope comic character, Javelin. You know, the one with the huge rod. Yeah, that's the one. As you saw earlier, I also play a hilarious animated fish in the Aquaman King of Atlantis series you just saw. Boy, I am so multi-talented. Watch out. 2 things I can do. Anyway, over the years, Javelin and his impressive collection of pointy poles has popped up in many different scenarios. But I gotta say, I'm really digging where he ended up. No, I don't mean dead, but with that infamous team of supervillains, the Suicide Squad. And for those of you who are worried about Javelin's fate, fear not. I'm here to tell you today that Javelin is still alive and, spoiler alert, will be applying to head up the Justice League after their fate is revealed in the huge new video game Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League. Yeah, you are about to get a sneaky peeky, so don't go anywhere because it is going to be massive, and we know when it comes to the universe of DC video games and Javelins, size matters. Let's take a look.
All of you are the worst of the worst of the worst. Still, you're good at what you do. Even if what you do is far from good. Welcome to Task Force X.
Let me take a look at you. A musclehead, a nut job, something that offends my eyes, and a homeless person. You're perfect.
Just checking. We're all seeing that thing, right?
This has one-way ticket written all over it.
Oi, what the hell have you sent us into? It's a bloody war zone out here.
Eyes up, people.
Congratulations, Task Force X. You're the first assets to make it into Metropolis alive.
I was just about to do...
Your new mission is to kill the Justice League.
I will set you around.
Raise your hand if taking on the Justice League is the worst idea you've ever heard.
I kinda zoned out.
What did you think would happen? You'd crawl out of your cells, swoop in, save the day?
Which superheroes did you say you were again?
Remember, your heads are ticking.
He's not gonna make it. Waller, the Penguin is in flight. Repeat, the Penguin is in flight.
Then let's clip his wings.
Oh my god! He's getting up!
Hitting him again.
He's ran out the door! Somebody stop him!
Did that get him?
No! It very much did not get him. Waller! Blow up his head!
Wow, definitely don't want to get on Amanda Waller's bad side. Maybe it's a good thing Javelin is not in the Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League game. Okay, still there? Of course, in the movie, I was hoping I'd come back to life in the end credit sequence, but no such luck. Maybe that'll happen in the VHS version of The Suicide Squad. Double fingers, double crossed. Let's do this. I mean, look, John Cena gets a spin-off series, but not me. Flula Borg, I'm delicious. Where's my show? The Suicide Squad is fast becoming a huge franchise for DC, with comic books, huge movies, the games of video like you just saw. Not starring me, apparently. Spin-off series, also not starring me, rude. And music videos. Fine, I'll make my own. I have a phone. Anyway, if you go to the clubs like I do with me and my bester Freund, squad friend King Shark, you'll know this next song is all the rave. Give me those glow sticks. Yeah, don't give them to him.
Num num. Num num. Really? No.
Pin sharp via my careful.
Num num. That's what you're thinking about right now. No. Hungry. Peacemaker.
There's nothing like me.
We're all gonna die.
No, wait. No, wait. No, wait.
And we're all gonna die. We're all gonna die.
Just try to get that song out of your brains now, baby sharks. Of course, I'm happy to be a part of such an amazing squad, and that includes you, the fans. Thank you for supporting everything the Suicide Squad. We heart you, I think it goes like that, and I know I'm not alone when I say that. I have proof for you. Here is a very special message from all my squad buddies to share. Check me out. I mean, check it out. It's this week. I'm not a narcissist. I donate.
From the entire Suicide Squad, from the bottom of our hearts, we thank you.
None of this would be possible without you.
You are the reason why we do what we do.
As a director, I feel truly blessed.
We are so incredibly grateful and lucky to have you.
Wow, I don't know what to say, guys. It's so unexpected. I just feel so loved. I don't have a speech prepared or anything, but let me just say that you are so welcome.
John, we're not thanking you, mate.
We're thanking all the fans.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, right. Idiot. I mean, of course, the fans, right? They know I like to joke around, which is exactly what that was. It's a joke.
Sure, John.
What John means is that he would also like to thank you, our amazing fans.
Thank you. Love you guys. Okay, you guys know that was a joke. The Suicide Squad would be absolutely nowhere without the support of the fans. You guys love these characters as much, if not more, than we do. And I truly want to thank you for your passion. Flula, man, I'm sorry, bro. Javelin would have made a great character for a spin-off. Hey, you know what? Maybe we can see about getting him involved somewhere down the line on Peacemaker. I mean, no promises. James Gunn created this whole thing for HBO Max, and he has a vision all worked out, but we'll see what we can do. And if you want to hear more what's in store for Peacemaker, you can join James, myself, and my amazing castmates for some additional insights. Hey everybody, John Cena here on the set of Peacemaker.
Oh, no! Every time you were shooting, he went, ow!
Why am I doing this?
They said you couldn't get a job.
Get up. Oh, hi. 23andMe says I might be 26% asshat. I know my last name is Smith. That's a generic fucking name. The reason it's Smith is because we came over as asshats and I had to change it on Ellis Island.
Hey everybody, I'm James Gunn. Today we're talking all things Peacemaker. Of course, I'm joined by my behind-the-scenes partners in crime, executive producers Peter Safran and Matt Miller, and our fantastic cast, Peacemaker himself, John Cena, Danielle Brooks, who plays a character of my own making, Leota Adebayo, Jennifer Howland and Steve Agee, Amelia Harcourt and John Economos, and Chuck Owuji as Clemson Mern, and finally, Freddie Stroma, who is our vigilante. So, guys, let's get into it.
It goes without saying, I miss you guys. It's great to see you all.
Miss you so much.
You too.
John, were you surprised when Peter called you up and said, hey, you know, we're thinking about doing a Peacemaker TV series?
I was surprised, but man, I was more than ready and I was more than excited, and I'm glad we got the opportunity.
Freddie, for you came in and you're playing the oddest character of everybody, Vigilante Adrian Chase. And you're not that odd.
Yeah, no, so
Pretty vanilla. I love it. I really like. As soon as I started reading the sides, I was just like, oh, I really like this character, and he has just that kind of, you know, a really fun relationship with Peacemaker, and obviously working with John was just incredible.
I've seen Freddie. But for how many of the rest of you are you hearing him talk with a British accent for the first time?
Oh, me. Yeah. And I'm like, my brain is melted. I can't believe it.
So, Danielle, why don't you tell us a little bit about your character in general, who she is and what's her story?
This is all new to her, you know, and so she's coming in very green. She used to work with animals, and now she's been thrown into this completely different world.
You brought her to life. You really did. And you do inhabit a role in this very special way. And it was just so fun to see you flow.
For Harcourt, her relationship with Adebayo, this new member of the team that's coming in and that Harcourt does not trust, it was something really unexpected for me when I met Danielle, and I literally could not hate her. Like, she's the most lovable, warm, wonderful person.
The sisterhood of Harcourt and Adebayo is a wonderful thing to see.
It feels like that's part of, sorry, James.
No, go ahead, Chuck.
The first day we shot, at least I shot in John Cena's trailer, and it was the scene where we all, the team, meet John Cena, and Danielle, you made her continuously improvise, being nervous, and she would, I mean, that improvisation there were tears running down people's eyes, and it went on, and Danielle was put on the spot, and the things that were coming out of her, and to the point where off camera, Steve Agee just had to get his camera out and film it.
I was just gonna say, it reminds me of how often working with Steve, you'd, be in a scene and you'd look over behind the camera and there's Agee filming you.
This is like my first day with the cast, like all the cast too, and Steve Agee is recording, everybody's laughing. John Cena's holding character, so he's making me nervous. Everything, it was crazy, but it was one of the things I will never, ever, ever forget.
It's okay if you do forget it because I have it all on video.
I freaking love everything about your 6'7" self, however tall you are.
That's about right.
Freddie was such a warm spirit to come into the space as well. Like, you know, even though he was new, he jumped right in fearlessly and worked with us. And Jakuti is the real deal from day one. You're just like, oh my gosh, he elevated all of us to bring our best. So it's been really great getting to work with everybody. And you just really made a girl's dream come true to get to tell this story with you all. And this is not a world that a person like me normally gets to be a part of at all. To have the action portion and also the depth of a person, I am so thankful for you.
I love you. I just think you're the greatest. Although, I'm surprised you did give Chuck so many, compliments, because you would often come over to me and say, I was supposed to tell Chuck to watch you to see how it's done.
Oh, yeah. Everybody had to get on my level.
James, I remember you said to me on set one day that only Eagly competed with Chuck in terms of being a really great actor. You said that was the only one.
I think we have not brought up Eagly, who, of course, steals the show.
He's Peacemaker's pet eagle, and he's Peacemaker's best friend. As a dowel with some green tape on it, Eagly stole the show.
Yeah, that's true.
I also got to say that this is probably the third or fourth thing I've worked with James on, and I've never seen him more giddy working on something in my entire life. I mean, there was one night we were shooting, and the whole time, it was like 3 a.m, and James is just running around laughing like a maniac, and he kept saying, I can't believe they're letting me shoot this.
Yeah, that's the happiest night of my life. I'm like, that was Warner Brothers' funeral that they let me do that. We'll see.
I have one. I mean, this is, I believe, the only show that has John Cena dancing for 4 minutes in his tighty whities to the choir boys. I don't believe there's ever been a show that offers that up.
The memorable Tidy Whities.
Okay, so we're going to be taking some questions from the fans. These came from Instagram and Twitter. So at Remy.c.l asked, was there any characters you wanted to put in Peacemaker but couldn't? I guess that's a question to me. The answer is no. I got to put it in every character I wanted to. For John Cena, at Popsignite asks, what was the most difficult part of becoming Peacemaker?
I think it was just getting comfortable being a super asshole. I'm normally just a normal asshole. And I think just being a high-octane asshole was probably the most difficult part.
Was that really difficult? Because it seemed to come to you pretty easily. Okay, here's a big question. I guess we can throw this to Matt and Peter. What can we expect for the show? Asks at MagicCM1210.
Well, I mean, I think what we can expect is a truly original superhero show. James wrote all 8 episodes. He directed 5 of the 8. And it's just got that unique tone that James brings to all the content that he creates. So I think it's something pretty special.
Yeah, I would also just add to that with the action and the spectacle and the emotion and the comedy is also like this workplace comedy at the center of it, about all of these characters that kind of come together. It's like The Office as a superhero show.
With more people getting shot in the face than in the office.
Occasionally, yeah.
So, at Smrudy Anmol asks, is Peacemaker going to go through a journey of changing from a jerk to a lovable hero in the series, or will he remain that crazy, not to be trusted liberator? That's kind of a spoiler.
I was going to say, questions that can't be answered. That's perfect. It's right up my alley. We just can't give anything away. You'll have to watch and see on HBO Max.
What about the rest of you? What did you feel about, seeing Peacemaker's journey on this show?
Can't really say much. So there's definitely great character arcs that you will thoroughly enjoy as an audience.
You root for him regardless of his past, and you hope that he will change. And I just thought that was such an interesting thing to explore with the series.
I think one of the interesting things about Adebayo and Peacemaker is that on paper, they seem very different. They seem like polar opposites, but they actually have a ton of things in common. And one of the things that they're both dealing with is loyalty versus morality, and not disappointing people that mean the most to them, and finding the beauty in each other, even though their worlds are completely different. So that was a lot of fun to play with, and definitely added to the layers of our 2 characters.
That's extremely well said.
She's the only one he gets along with. She's the only one that thinks he's funny, Right. She laughs at him. She blows off the stuff that he says that's stupid, and realize he's an ignorant asshole. And that, to me, is really special because it is so much of what the show is about.
Yeah.
It was amazing, and I'm just grateful to be a part of this crew because no one came in with an ego. Nobody came in with a chip on their shoulder, but everyone comes in with a history, with something to offer, with a set of skills, and it's a bold step. You're James, you're taking a step into trying to grow the genre, and we're going to do it with 8 episodes, and hopefully we have more. But everyone has their moment, and that certainly comes from your writing.
Really quickly, there was a sense of, we're going to have fun doing this, so that really helped. And that came top down. The shit rolls downhill.
It's been such a great experience and such a fun, massive experiment that I just can't wait to share it with the fans, DC fans and just fans in general.
Yeah, I want to say thank you, everybody, for giving us all so much time. I really appreciate it. I hope everybody's well, and I hope to see everybody soon.
Good to see
guys.
everyone.
Miss you.
Bye-bye.
Miss you guys. Oh, man, thank you guys so much for all your questions. I'm stoked to see that you guys are so excited about the series, almost as excited as I am. I know I had a great time. I hope you guys did. But before we let you go, I have a little surprise for you. It's an exclusive, never-before-seen first look at a Peacemaker teaser.
Jamil, you cool?
What does that mean?
Truth is, you're supposed to be in prison.
For what?
Superhero stuff.
What superhero are you?
Peacemaker.
Get out of here! There's no superhero called Peacemaker!
Dude, I'm famous.
You're a born killer with expertise in every weapon known to humankind.
giving you the chance to stay out of prison and work for me.
Kill people.
Bad people.
This is Harcourt. Be a handler in the field. John Economist, Tech and Tactics. And this is our new recruit, Adebayo.
You don't have to shoot people after you already killed them.
Right. Who's the guy that's peeking out behind the trash can?
Vigilantes, trying to be helpful.
Our first target is Senator Royland Goff. Goff may be traveling with his family.
Are you sure those two kids came out of those parents? That's an attractive couple, and that one looks like it came out of them, but the other one looks like a butt baby.
A butt baby.
Yeah, my older brother told me there's two types of babies. One that comes out normal, and then butt babies. Worse in every way, they come out of a woman's butt. No, I believed I was a butt baby until I was like 14.
That explains a lot. There's something about him that's sad.
Hey, Dad.
How did my sperm grow into a Nancy boy like you?
You know, lately I'm just thinking maniac.
Hey, no! No!
That's because we're born killers. What separates us from other killers is we only kill bad people. Usually. Unless there's a mistake.
You use being a jerk as a way to push people away.
You suck at PowerPoint!
But if you would just drop that, people actually might like you.
Oh my God. He's hugging me. He's hugging me. Dad, grab my phone. I don't want to move. Dad?
Still to come, Supergirl, DC League of Super Pets, and a first look at the Flash movie.
Yes, I'm super excited for an up-close and personal look at the Superman family of characters and shows. I'm actually a lifetime fan of the Man of Steel, and now there's more Superman content than ever before. From the hit series Superman and Lois, give it up for Superman and Lois, Tyler Hoechlin, and Elizabeth Tulloch.
Thanks, Grant.
Thank you, Grant. Needless to say, we're big fans of you too. And we're so excited to be here. Thank you to the fans for giving Superman and Lois such a warm welcome into your homes. Thanks to you, we're coming back for a second season.
But wow, season 1, you had a secret brother. Lois had a lot going on with just about everyone. Jordan found out he has powers, Jonathan doesn't. And remember how cute you looked when you were coaching high school football? The sky is the limit for Superman and Lois, especially in season 2. Here's a behind-the-scenes look at our first day back on set. Why, hello, DC fandom. Welcome to the Kent home.
Well, if you'd like to come in, just wipe off your shoes first. It's dusty out there.
Hey, everyone. So we're just going to take you on a brief tour of the house. This is a staircase that is, I want to say it's a fake staircase, but it's not. It just doesn't go to anything.
Leads to the great beyond up there.
The great beyond, that is right. So this is our hallway. As you can see, got some family photos and some other stuff, and we shoot, I would say the majority of our scenes are in the kitchen. A non-working fridge with actually, look at that, nothing in it. Tyler has a drawer in this kitchen that he hides his stuff in. I also have a drawer in this kitchen that I hide my stuff in. And I have a candy stash. I have a note saying, Bitsy stuff, please leave in the drawer. More candy, hand sanitizer, eye drops, water, sides, hair things, my phone.
It's like a freshman locker.
Yeah, do it. Let's go into what was formerly Martha Kent's bedroom, but is now Lois's office.
Personally, this is my favorite room in the house. I think it has just the coolest amount of stuff around.
There's a really cute family photo over here. If I had to pick something that I wanted to take home from set, other than my candy in my candy drawer, it would be this photo.
One thing I would take home is this little old camera. This old brownie camera. It's really cool. I'm always constantly fidgeting with it and having to memorize exactly where it was so that I don't ruin everything.
Dining room scenes, I would say we shoot most of our eating scenes in the kitchen. We've had some stuff in here. Out the window, I remember when I first started shooting on Grimm, I was like, oh, it's so cool. There's these crazy large photographs that get changed according to time of day. The exterior of the farmhouse is totally separate, and we shoot all the exterior scenes there. Anything interior is on our stages. We also shoot a lot in the living room. This was one of my favorite scenes, which was the big paint fight.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was really fun.
So sometimes during lunch, I come here and I play piano to unwind. And a lot of the crew kind of joins in and whatnot, and people start singing along. So, you know, a lot of people have fun in this little room when we're not exactly working as well. You know? It's fun.
My talented son, everyone. The boys' bedrooms are on another stage, so because again, the upstairs is to the great beyond. And then there's a porch that wraps around, but we typically shoot the porch scenes outside on the exterior farmhouse set. Thank you, everyone, for joining us on this tour of the Kent house.
We hope you join us for the rest of season 2 and the beyond. And thanks for watching.
While we're happy for another season of our show, we're also sad that it's almost time to say farewell to Supergirl. The series is in its 6th and final season. I donned the cape as Superman for the first time on Supergirl, so it has a special place in my heart, and it is bittersweet to say farewell to my on-screen cousin and friend, Melissa Benoist, as Supergirl.
Supergirl reminds us that we are all powerful and strong. The challenge is realizing our own potential. Right now, the cast of Supergirl, including Supergirl herself, Melissa Benoist, have gathered to chat about the show and share their favorite memories over the past 6 seasons. Let's listen in.
Hi, everybody. It's Melissa Benoist, and I'm here on the set of Supergirl with some of my amazing co-stars on the show. We're going to take a fond look back at the last 6 years of the show. Please join us. I mean, it's changed my life, this show. It's been a joy, and seeing the way that this canon and the mythology affects people and young girls and the people that look up to our characters, it's very meaningful. Yeah.
I would say that, because I wasn't originally cast as the Martian Manhunter, I was actually just cast as Hank. And it was only after the pilot that I was made the Martian Manhunter. I can remember going home with a pile of Martian Manhunter comics and just reading all of them and thinking, this guy is awesome. Wow. So I was just really excited to suddenly get this brand new character and fall into this whole story arc, which has really been great for me, and I've really enjoyed not just playing the character, but meeting all these fabulous people and also learning to directing on the show as well. So it's really been for me a sort of it's been money. It's been money.
My favorite scene is the scene where Staz and Melissa do karaoke and sing Africa. I think it's magical, and I watch it on repeat. I love it so much.
They sounded beautiful.
It
was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. And both of us come from like a musical background, so it's really nice to at any point get to kind of find a way to kind of combine all the mediums of art. So it was really fun. I really liked it.
My favorite scene that we ever did is in my favorite episode. And it was Slaver's Moon. In the quarry, things were, it was pouring rain.
Let's hope this thing works.
It was Kevin Smith's first episode, and he ordered like a
bacon truck.
Bacon truck, so all of us were just eating like,
Bacon-wrapped bacon.
bacon-wrapped bacon bread with like cheese and bacon goodness.
And it was pouring rain.
Pouring rain. We were playing games in a random school bus, and then
That episode was sort of Star Wars-y.
it was so Star Warsy, and it was like a buddy adventure.
Planet 51 Arc B.
That's Maldoria.
People that were there, the aliens, what were they called?
Slaving is a big business on Maldoria.
Maldoria.
Of course you remember. In season 2, I had to eat 10 pancakes at once.
Thank you.
Hey, do you want syrup?
And it's not funny. My jaw sort of dislocated a little bit. No, that was probably
That was the
stunt. That is a stunt.
If you get injured, it's a
stunt
stunt.
eating, yes.
At one time?
Yeah, it was a big stack of pancakes, and I was like, oh, this is gonna be so funny, and then my jaw went like, ugh.
That and also when you ate the pizza.
Oh yeah, they didn't make enough. They made like 2 pizzas, and I was like eating 3 per take.
Yeah, I had a pizza scene this season, and I was like, maybe I'll eat the whole pizza, and someone was like, Chris already did that.
We do have a fantastic stunt team. Give it up for Simon McBurney, Simon, and just the whole team have just been really, really fantastic.
The craziest day I've had stunt-wise was on the green screen in the wires, and me in the harness hanging. And I was with Tyler Hoechlin playing Superman, and he was like, I'm good. And I called it, and I was like, I'm done, and I walked off set like this. I couldn't walk.
Hard work,
hard.
ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. It is fun when you're being carried by Supergirl.
That was carried.
I've been carried by Supergirl.
It's lovely.
Twice.
It's quite comfortable.
Twice. It's hilarious. I'm like, come on, guys.
I think for me, one of the funniest things that we did was cloth magic. Has that made it into the world yet? No, we got it. Yeah, it has.
Yeah, no, it has. Can I get context? I don't even know what cloth magic is.
Cloth Magic is a spin-off show that never quite happened.
Basically, we would just put either of their capes up and then pull them down and something would happen behind them.
And Matt Barham, who plays Mitch on the show, who is hilarious. He's so funny.
Hold on to your jeggings, sister. You've got company.
He had this one line where he makes an entrance and is just like, basically ... Oh, sorry, what's Lex Luthor doing here? But every single take, he would be like, I just tried a milkshake for the first time. Oh, sorry, sorry, I got a parking ticket on this. It was just like, and I would like be like looking at Lex with like my eyes watering, and then I would turn around and just break.
What I think is the funniest moments are anytime David forgets his line on set.
It's the best.
He's directing an episode, and he's also in the scene, but forgets that he has the first line of the scene. So if you know David, the way he directs is there's a lot of energy, so he'll be like, all right, that's it, keep that energy, all right, and action! Line.
I get a lot of letters from girls saying that until they saw Lena Luthor on TV, they didn't think it was okay for girls to be studying science. And there's a lot of girls who are like, and I'm now in my 4th year in engineering, and I have you to thank for that and the show to thank for that. And it's such a small thing, it seems like. But that's the beginning of a whole new life for them that they didn't think was possible because of watching the show.
Yeah. There was a little girl who is actually a daughter of one of our crew members who, when she met me, she went, I have a question. Is your belt attached to your skirt or your shirt? No, it's Liston's daughter. She just can't say her O's yet.
Which one was it attached to?
It's not. What's the
But actually, now I really want to know. Answer that question.
It wasn't attached to anything. Whoa! Yeah.
Whoa. Cloth magic. It was a floating bell.
Well, how did it stay on?
What?
How did it stay on? Velcro?
I wore so many belts on this show that were like top sticked to pants that had no belt loops.
So just taped to the waist.
They love a taped belt.
Movie magic, guys.
We had a great moment
We did a Comic-Con in Chicago, and we had the line for people to come through and get autographs and whatnot. And there was a family, this woman came through with her 2 daughters, and one was, her biological daughter, and then the other was adopted.
Yeah.
And it was such a wonderful moment because they looked at the both of us just saying, you embody exactly like what we have in our house, and we don't ever get to see that. And to see like a healthy family dynamic like that, especially, and the young girl said, like, me being adopted, coming to the family, feeling like I belonged. It meant so much. That I remember was really, really special.
I feel like we have to talk about when you meet small children who think that you're really a superhero and think that all of your powers and everything you do is real. And then getting to navigate the conversation. They're like, I just talked to a little girl on set a little while ago, and she was like, make a shield. Do it. And I was like, I can't. And she's like, why? I'm tired because I'm dreamer.
It gets sticky for me because then they'll watch me jump and then just fall back to the ground. Like, I have to jump.
I got to work with very special people, and I think I'll miss you guys the most. I think, like you said, the collaboration is really great, and it's, I think the friendships is what you miss.
Even if it's hard sometimes here, like there's gonna be moments like 2 months from now, 3 months from now, you go, that's not gonna happen again.
Yeah.
And I can tell you straight up, like, having been gone a year, you miss each other.
Yeah.
It has been lovely to work with a family, a real family type group of people that kind of support each other. That's been, I'll definitely miss that.
Yeah. And you know what? I do think I'll miss playing a superhero.
Yeah.
When enough time has gone by, and I have some energy.
To Supergirl.
No, wait. To family. Love bonds us all.
To family.
To family.
Thank you, Superman!
While it's sad to say goodbye, there's still so much to look forward to in the DC universe.
Including Stargirl. We've got a little end of the season teaser for you, so check it out now.
To the shadows with you.
Courtney! Grab my hand! Hold on! Cord!
Where are we? You think that everything is black and white?
You are my greatest experiment.
Stay away from her!
Turn away from the darkness.
Hi, Courtney. You can't escape. I've hurt everyone you love. I've tortured your friends and your family. Do you want to play a game? Dr. Midnight?
Looks amazing. Don't miss that special episode of Stargirl. There's just so much going on in the Superman universe.
And just for you superfans, here is a very early look at the art of My Adventures with Superman, a brand new animated take on Lois, Clark, and Jimmy that's currently in production.
are back with some more news from the world of Superman. Let's check in with DC publisher and Chief Creative Officer Jim Lee to see what's happening with Superman in comics right now.
Hey everyone, I hope you're enjoying DC fandom as much as I am. I'm here to share news about Krypton's favorite son, Kal-El, or as you may know him, Clark Kent, aka Superman. Right now in the pages of Action Comics and Superman, a major event on Warworld is building. The Warworld Saga, which promises to be the biggest Superman event since the death of Superman. After learning of an enslaved race with mysterious ties to Krypton, Superman leaves Earth behind and travels across the galaxy to dethrone Mongol and liberate the people on Warworld. From writer Philip Kennedy Johnson and artist Daniel Semper. Action Comics 1036, yes, 1036, is the first issue in the Warworld Saga and will be available at your local comic book shop on Tuesday, October 26th. This is a story you definitely don't want to miss. And since Earth still needs a Superman to protect it while Clark is off fighting for the people on Warworld, John Kent, the son of Clark and Lois Lane, has picked up the mantle of Superman here on Earth in Superman, Son of Kal-El, from writer Tom Taylor and artist John Timms. This is a different, younger Superman who's figuring out how he wants to fight for the future and who he is as a person. You may have recently heard the news that John Kent's relationship with reporter Jay Nakamura will be formalized as John comes out as bisexual in issue number 5 out in November. And we couldn't be prouder to tell this important story. We talk a lot about the power of the multiverse in DC storytelling, and this is an incredible example. We can have John Kent exploring his identity in the comics, as well as John Kent learning about the secrets of his family on TV in the Superman and Lois TV show on the CW. I have one more bit of Superman news to share first with you, the fans. We're excited to announce that to better reflect the storylines that we're telling across DC and to honor Superman's incredible legacy of over 80 years of building a better world, Superman's motto is evolving. Superman has long been a symbol of hope who inspires people, and it is that optimism and hope that powers him forward with this new mission statement. Truth, justice, and a better tomorrow. Stay tuned for more DC fandom news.
Still to come, The Flash, Blue Beetle, and Injustice animated DC movie.
Okay, guys, let's make this a little interactive. Raise your hand if you have a soft spot for Superman. Same. But no matter how deep my admiration goes for the Man of Steel, I know someone who's even more of a Superman superfan. I'm talking about superstar, NFL great, Cam Newton. And get this, Cam found a way to incorporate his love of Superman with his passion for fashion. Here's the man himself with a special announcement.
What's going on, DC fam? Hey, I'm super excited to have partnered with the DC fam, as well as my hat company, Mashika, to create Superman-inspired Mashika hat, and we're dropping it here at DC Fandom. The first time I encountered Superman had much of an impact of what morphed into my career as Superman. It was just the aura of knowing that you could do any and everything. You know, outside of, kryptonite, Superman doesn't have any flaws. He was just who he was. And I think for me as a person, that's what I would want people to know and to feel like, he has good energy. He has, great qualities about him. And I think that's why I train the way I train. That's why I prepare the way I prepare. That's the way I play because it just embodied everything that I prepare for. Fashion means to me expressing yourself without having the ability to speak up for yourself at times. To incorporate that with Superman is something that words can't even explain, because in essence, we all have some type of superpowers, and we are a superhero in our own right. It's gonna be cool to see how we show the different sides of Superman in many different ways. I'm super excited to unveil my super exclusive, and that's big super, and that's a big exclusive, Superman-inspired Mashika hats. Take it away.
Thanks, Cam. And I admit, I'm a little jealous. I mean, who wouldn't want a customized Superman hat? Honestly, I'll be happy with some Superman underoos at this point. Remember those? Google it. Now, up next, we have a movie that stars one of the greatest duos of all time, Dwayne Johnson and Kevin Hart. And of course, they are voicing the animated characters that will soon top the list of all-time DC faves. Let's meet Crypto the Superdog, Ace the Bat-Hound, and just a few of the DC League of Super Pets.
League of Super Pet. I love it. Perfect.
Hey! Pets, plural. You ever heard of a league with one dude in it? I haven't.
Well, they say I'm in a league of my own.
Oh, you're in a league of your own, all right. Mm-hmm. Ain't nobody as messed up as you.
Next summer, Dwayne Johnson as Crypto. Kevin Hart as Ace.
How much did you have to drink?
Okay, how adorable does that movie look? I can't wait to see the trailer when it arrives. And I can totally relate. I mean, anyone with a pet knows that their pet is a super pet. Am I right? Well, some of you out there took that notion one step further by creating a superhero look for your fur baby. It's canine or cat cosplay, and I am so here for it. All right, let's see your League of Super Pets. That was so much fun. And with Halloween just around the corner, hopefully you guys got some pretty good costume ideas for you and your furry family members. So stay with us for more UGC, including some pretty cool human cosplay and impressive fan art, also by humans. Now, there's some true talent out there. Next up, you've got me, Gino Killiamore, smack dab in the middle of this exciting global event for DC superfans to tell you that the excitement continues right now and with a familiar face, or should I say voice. Listen up.
Hey, it's Matt Bomer. I'm one of the lucky few actors who've had the honor of voicing the legendary Superman. You might remember me from the hit 2013 animated film, Superman Unbound. I'd like to think that Superman represents the qualities that are the best in all of us. Truth, honor, hope, family, whether it's the one you're born into or the one you find. Someone who's there to look out for us, and someone who sees all of us as equals. I also had the opportunity to voice the Flash in Justice Society World War II, which premiered earlier this year. And because the DC multiverse is vast and constantly expanding, I'm lucky enough to play the awesome and complex hero Negative Man on DC's Doom Patrol. Here's a sneak peek at what's coming up for the rest of this season.
There are mysterious things in this world that bear keeping an eye on.
And in my death, I must now place that burden upon your shoulders.
Arrival imminent.
Come on, Kay. How am I supposed to fix this alone?
My tech is part of who I am.
It's got nothing to do with who you are.
I think there's something he needs to show me.
I want to be a better person. What am I doing?
She must be eliminated.
We appear to be dead.
Something very ugly is set to occur, and it needs to be stopped.
Who is the Sisterhood of Dada?
Insidious, cutthroat terrorists.
How does this crap keep happening to us?
We're all the way through the looking glass now.
There's no turning back.
There's something weird going on with you.
Something weird going on with you.
Why am I here?
They are coming for us.
When one expels a parasite,
There is really only one reasonable response.
Give it a name?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yo, DC fans!
Hello! I'm April Bowlby.
My name is Michelle Gomez.
It's your boy, Javan Wade.
I'm Diane Guerrero.
I am thrilled to be a part of the DC universe.
Things are gonna get very exciting.
With the new 4th season.
Of Doom Patrol.
Did I say 4th?
4th season.
Yes, I said 4!
Celebrate with us by watching the first 3 seasons.
Out on HBO Max as of now.
Things are about to heat up.
Woo!
Boo? Yeah. If you haven't seen Doom Patrol yet, hopefully that teaser intrigued you. I mean, it's such a cool and quirky and totally unpredictable series. I absolutely love it. And I'm super excited to see how this season wraps up. Now, speaking of wrapping up, we've got the season of gift giving just around the corner. Now, have you started your shopping yet? God knows I haven't. Or maybe, you want to get something for yourself, a new t-shirt or a hat or both. Just complete the look. Don't forget to check out shop.dccomics.com for all kinds of merchandise and collectibles. In fact, I do believe we're having a flash sale right now. Check it out.
Greetings, DC Fandome and Domers. Ezra Miller here, live from the set of The Flash. It looks like this. We're very excited to show you the movie, and we can't yet because we're still making it. We wanted to show you a teaser, but we can't because we don't have enough material to make a teaser yet. We can't make a trailer. But we do have this small sneak peek that my maestro Andy and I have put together that we really hope you'll enjoy. And I will see you in theaters later next year, or more importantly, you will see me.
Tell me something. You can go anywhere you want, right? Any timeline, any universe. Why do you want to stay and fight to save this one? You changed the future. And you changed the past.
Are you in?
Holy
Hey, DC Fandom, this is John Ridley, and I'm here to talk about the other history of the DC Universe.
What is the other history of the DC universe? For me, honestly, it's a couple of things. Part of it, as the title indicates, it really is about otherization. It's about people who have been traditionally on the margins in real life and storytelling, but have been there through history. The history of the DC universe have, in many ways, been part of the fabric of the DC universe, but their stories haven't always fully been told, and not necessarily also been told by individuals who have a lived experience that mirrors those individuals. You know, when I was growing up, like a lot of folks who read, part of being a fan is really filling in the spaces between the pages or between the issues. And what would have Diana, what would Bruce, what would Clark, what would they have done, you know, in the quiet spaces? What would they have done between fighting crime? What would they have done between saving the universe? And there's just this natural thing, I think, for fans to want to continue that thought, to want to continue that storytelling. And I think certainly for an individual like myself, when I was growing up, at least, it was still pretty rare to see people of color at the center of stories, to see them fully rendered, to see things, again, that felt like they had a lived experience. So a lot of the other history of the DC universe is really my history of the DC universe, and things that I thought and things that I felt and things that sometimes I literally imagined about stories, but became part of the universe that I knew and that I carried with me for years. To me, they're some of the most interesting characters. All of those characters, Black Lightning, Mal and Karen, who were the Guardian or Herald, and Bumblebee, Tatsu Yamashiro, who is Katana, Renee, The Question, and Anissa Pierce, who is Jefferson's daughter. It was important for a couple of reasons. I think that they are amazing defining DC characters. When you look back on the history of DC, almost every one of those characters has really transformed the landscape, transformed the narrative, and have been iconic. Mal and Karen, their journey is just two young people, a young couple of color who are in love and committed. I mean, when that came out in the late 1970s, early 1980s, even without trying, the message that was sent with those two characters, young, committed couple of color, was powerful. Renee, her journey from being a beat cop back in Batman the Animated Series to now being the commissioner in Gotham City is an extraordinary journey. Jefferson Pierce, the first Black character in the DC universe to have his own series that he fronted. Characters that I really cared about, stories that I remembered, characters that had, to me, great lineage. Those were characters that I wanted to take a deep dive into.
And now for some news on The Sandman. We are thrilled to reveal the first look of the incredible Gwendolyn Christie as Lucifer. Based on the comic book series created for DC by Neil Gaiman, The Sandman follows the people and places affected by Morpheus, the Dream King, as he mends the cosmic and human mistakes he's made during his vast existence. Look out for the series coming soon to Netflix.
Coming up, a surprise cast reunion, Gotham Knights, and Batwoman.
I'd like to take a moment to personally thank Warner Brothers Home Entertainment for bringing Injustice to the small screen. Now, as you probably know, since you're a super fan like I am, Injustice the film was inspired by the Injustice video game and subsequent comic series written by Tom Taylor. That means you can expect all the hardcore, action-packed excitement in this animated film version. But I gotta say, and I gotta apologize in advance to all the kids out there, this one is for adults only. I know, where's the justice in that? But then again, that's why they called it Injustice, right? So here's more.
I'm pulling the best joke ever. It'll be my masterpiece.
11 million dead.
Injustice.
DC's most powerful heroes and villains learn that the weight of the world can either inspire one to rise victorious or be crushed asunder.
You'll throw away everything the Justice League stands for. Everything you stand for.
Superman can make a perfect world.
Oh, so now he's God. This tragedy of gods and humans, locked in battle over ideological and philosophical differences, transcends artistic media as the amazing franchise of Injustice has gone from video game to comic book series to a new pulse-pounding animated film.
All hostilities will stop, or I will stop them.
The laws of Superman will not be the laws of Atlantis.
If we continue on this path, we go from policing to occupying to jailing, then becoming tyrants.
Or justice is finally done.
Injustice: Gods Among Us, and Injustice 2 allowed for players to choose their champion and test their mettle against DC's greatest pantheon of heroes and villains.
I know you won't step aside, but you are not going to stop us.
You saw how prepared Father was. He has plans for all of us. You need allies.
This visceral and exciting fighting game was the impetus for the Injustice saga to continue in a jaw-dropping comic book series, expanding the electrifying and at times terrifying battle between Superman's regime and Batman's insurgency.
Any hero that doesn't pledge loyalty to the Justice League will be considered a fugitive.
Now this universe can be experienced as a full-length animated feature film, as Injustice will bring to life the thrills, intrigue, and drama fans should expect from this Hallmark adventure.
How many people, husbands, wives, and children will you kill for peace?
Can we forgive Earth's greatest adopted son for his crimes against humanity? This is Injustice, a world where tragedy, loss, and the fight for the greater good will change everything.
All right, we're going to take a deep dive into the world of Injustice. Joining me is NetherRealm Studios' Ed Boon, co-creator of the best-selling Injustice: Gods Among Us and Injustice 2 video games, and creative consultant on the Injustice animated movie. And you'll recognize him from This Is Us and Smallville, the voice of Superman in Injustice, Justin Hartley. Guys, let's jump right in. This is so exciting that Injustice has now become an animated film. I got to ask you, Edwin, we were creating this franchise. I mean, the comic book, the animated film, it started with a video game, which is so cool. But was that ever the original design?
No, as a matter of fact, it's always been backwards. The video game industry has done so many games based on movies or comic books or TV shows. And it's so cool to see it just done the opposite way, where the video game starts it and it just spawns off comics, animated things. This is one of the funnest parts about making a game, is seeing it kind of grow into something even bigger.
Justin, when you first heard about coming in and being Superman in this, what was your reaction?
Superman is the character that, when you grow up as a little boy, that's who everybody wants to be, Superman. And then when you get older, especially when you become an actor and you start to dissect these characters that you play, you go, my God, that's almost an impossible character to play. How do you do something like that? Someone who has no flaws.
Yeah.
And what's interesting about that, which was what drew me to this character, because we find him in a place where he is flawed.
That's what I love about Injustice, Ed, is that you put your own spin on DC and these legendary characters. I gotta ask, when you were first kind of conceiving of this property, I mean, what was the genesis of the idea?
Our studio is NetherRealm. We're the Mortal Kombat team, right? We would use the term evil Superman, but it's a lot deeper than that. The story is, what would happen if Superman was the most powerful being in the universe, was taken to the breaking point?
And it sounds like that's part of what really appealed to you about this role, right?
Yeah, of course, because it's, like you said, we all have our you snap in traffic, you get home, you shoot your mouth off, you say something that you don't mean. What if you were Superman and you did that? And then it's like, oh God, this tidal wave this is just a never-ending, this could be the end of everything.
There's no backing out of it, too.
No.
He's just so committed. into it.
And one thing I wanted to ask you about was the collaboration with Rick Morales on this, and you're a creative consultant for this, and I'm sure, you have to strike a balance between knowing that this is an animated film, you're coming from the video game world, but what was that collaboration like, and how much do you want to give the, the team creative liberties to build things versus, being very authentic to the game story?
It's mainly focused on the comic books, but the catalyst of what happened that kind of really triggered Superman is featured in both the comics and the games. People who know and love Injustice will see new stuff. I was blown away at all the characters that they have in this thing. There's just so many.
Yeah.
It's a great DC fan service, really. And it was so cool because we have these super moves in the game. And you see a couple of them in there. I just jumped out of my seat when I saw I don't want to give away again which one it was, but they have some of those kind of classic, iconic moments from the games in there. Again, they follow the story of the comics mainly, but the moments that they have from the games, you can tell that they specifically set out, let's recreate that scene, let's recreate those.
And
awesome.
you're Superman, what was your twist on it?
Honestly, the story was so rich. The story in the film is so rich, and it's pretty obvious what's happening as it's happening.
Yeah.
He's in a bad way.
Yeah. He's really in a bad way.
Yeah, so there's really no getting around that. You just kind of have to lean into that.
Yeah, the arguments between Superman and Batman, to me, that dynamic, each having a point. Superman's probably a little bit over the top, but each having a point is such a great
the back and forth.
Exactly.
Yeah, sure.
Exactly.
Now you're gonna have to get a role in Mortal Kombat.
That's
or something,
it, right?
That's
It's
like
done.
the
I think
voice,
it's done.
right?
Yeah.
This was the audition for MK or something. Well, thank you so much for joining us, guys. The movie is incredible. I'm a huge fan of Ed and all you've done with the games, and I love that this is such an authentic interpretation of the franchise. And Justin, you do a great job.
Thanks.
Focusing on Superman's story. So. Can't wait to watch it. It's coming out very soon. But right now, here's Anson Mount, the film's voice of Batman, with a first look at an all-new clip from Injustice.
Thanks, Jeff. The vast majority of superheroes and supervillains are born of a singular event in their lives that dramatically alters their physical or mental state, or both. Flash of lightning, an animal or insect bite, an untimely exposure to some form of radiation or substance, or the death of a loved one. As the ultimate invincible Boy Scout, Superman has always avoided such trappings, until the moment in this film clip which serves as the catalyst for the central plot in our film, Injustice. Let's take a look.
The Joker is no longer in Metropolis. He's stolen a submarine with Harley Quinn. They took Lois with them.
I see it. Batman, one of the warheads is missing. Where is she? Doomsday! No! I will not let you hurt anyone!
Time to go, Harley. Good guys are coming and they tend to get punchy.
You're not going anywhere.
Scarecrow's fear toxin, mixed with kryptonite particles. What did you do?
I'm pulling the best joke ever. It'll be my masterpiece.
Superman, stop. Whatever you're seeing, it's not real.
Injustice looks absolutely intense. Needless to say, I have my popcorn ready and I am warming up my favorite recliner. Now to another character, one who may be blue in color, but he'll surely brighten up your screen. Let's learn more about the Blue Beetle in our DC Spotlight.
Hey, this is FanDome. My name is Angel Manuel Soto, the director of Blue Beetle, and I'm super excited to be here. And with me, I got a couple friends.
Hi, I'm Garrett Dunet Alcocer. I am the screenwriter of Blue Beetle.
Hey everyone, Shola Maridueña. I am Jaime Reyes. You might know him as Blue Beetle. I'm excited to be here for this panel, and we'll just hop right into it.
I am humbled and excited to be able to bring Blue Beetle to life.
It's gonna be fun, it's gonna be funny, it's gonna be crazy, but it also has feelings. It's all of those things, like Latin American people are all of those things, and the movie reflects that. This contains all of what's great about Blue Beetle, in my opinion, in a way that's very exciting, and that's only gonna get better and better as these guys take it away. The Scarab is one of the most powerful piece of technology in the universe that has made its way across eons and eons and eons and landed in front of Jaime Reyes.
The thing that I've loved the most about comic book series is that you see different versions of suits. Like you see like the metal version, and you see the flying suit version, and this and that. And I'm just so excited with each, superhero movie. You have to one up each other. So I know for a fact that any of the other superheroes out there who think they have the best superhero suit, I'm calling you out for a rap battle. We got the best suit over here at Blue Beetle. And I haven't even seen it. That's how confident I am.
What I love about Blue Beetle, it's a deeply American character, right? And what I really like about Jaime is that he gets to be a reflection of somebody who's been around us forever, right? A Mexican-American kid who wants to be a part of this world, who wants to have a piece of this world, who wants to be able to thrive in this world. And like a lot of people like him, finds himself hitting the same obstacles that a lot of us face.
Seeing the evolution of the Blue Beetle character, this film kind of like opens the door for the new generation of what Blue Beetle can become at the hands of Jaime. And like you said, it is everything that makes us who we are. One of the things that Garrett did beautifully was capture the Latino family in its core as how we see them, not as how somebody tells us or how somebody has seen it from a third-person perspective. And for once, we're able to see a hero that comes from a family from a similar economic background to the ones that we came up, and stands for and that represents the majority of the people who are the ones that are coming from the bottom.
That closeness of family is something that makes Jaime different than other characters that I had seen before, and that potential to me was beautiful. Peter Parker gets bit by a spider, and one of his first instincts is to hide it from his family. Well, if you're from a Mexican family, good luck hiding anything from anybody.
I'm so excited to be able to not only be a Latino on screen, but have the opportunity to show kids like, you can do it too. I'm ready. We're gonna shake things up. We're gonna bring you guys a story that you guys haven't seen before, and do it with a smile on your face. So we're ready.
And I'm very happy to work with this guy. I love this guy. So everybody, welcome to the family. That's all that matters. And thank you for welcoming us to the family. DC.
It's gonna be great.
Thank you so much.
Smallville premiered exactly 20 years ago today, which is just crazy. To mark the occasion, let's take a look at some of the show's most memorable moments.
Previously on Smallville.
What's happening, Jonathan?
What are you doing, Clark?
Lana.
So what are you, man or Superman?
I haven't figured it out yet.
Your real parents weren't exactly from around here.
What do you mean?
You are the last son of Krypton.
Who are you?
Lois Lane.
What kind of a monster are you?
You were right about me all along, Mr. Kent. I am the villain of the story.
Are you okay?
I've waited for this for so long. I just don't want it to go away.
I'm not going anywhere.
We have been down a long road together, Kal-El. One paved with difficult trials. Those trials are behind you now.
Trust me, Smallville. We can make this work. Oh boy, can't we?
Hold on, you didn't think that was it, did you? Please welcome Clark Kent, Tom Welling. How are you?
Great, thank you for having me.
And we've got Lex Luthor, Michael Rosenbaum joining us as well.
Real treat, trying to figure out how to sit on this couch to look real comfortable. Oh,
when you guys started the show,
relaxed.
did you ever think that 20 years after the premiere, you would be here at a DC event talking about the show?
Michael?
You know what? Before I did Smallville, I wasn't really on any successful series. They were just sort of 1 season, 2 season. And then I saw the pilot of this. I called my mom and I said, I think I'm finally gonna get noticed in my life.
For a lot of you guys on the show, this was like the first big moment. Did you have kind of those same feelings when you watched it or when you were?
Yeah, I mean, I lacked a great deal of experience at the time.
Well?
No, I did. I mean, and at no point do they say, you're gonna be here for 10 years. We just never knew. We were always just sort of grinding and trying to elevate everything we could do, and it was a team effort.
We helped each other out a lot. I remember just being on set with Tom, and either it'd be him telling me or me telling him. He'd go, do it again.
Yeah.
Ask for another.
It became a trust thing for us
Yeah.
because we were together so much, and there were also times where, like, you know, his character talked a lot. Mine didn't. There was a
Not like
time-
real life at all.
No, not at all. And I remember specifically there was a scene in the Luthor mansion where, you know, Clark just appears there. Lex turns and he sees Clark and he starts to talk and he walks over and he pours himself a glass and he comes back and he's talking to me. And literally, I think my line back to you was, and you go, that's all you have to say? Like, that's your only line? And I'm like,
I would be like, I would say these whole things, these soliloquies.
Yeah.
pages of dialogue.
And then all of a sudden, and then he'd go, so? And I'd go, that's all he has? He's got so?
Was there a moment on set for you guys where you were watching him perform and you're like, holy crap, he's Lex Luthor, or yeah, that's Superman?
I mean, you just embodied Clark. I mean, it was fitting that you hadn't done a ton of stuff.
Yeah.
It just was the perfect timing, the perfect storm. He just had that vulnerability, that innate vulnerability and that kindness and charm.
Lex obviously was ahead of the game, but saw the potential in Clark and saw that Clark didn't know what he was doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that all sort of worked out. And one thing to remember, it was never about being Superman. It was about not knowing what your future is.
Yeah.
And a big thing for Lex was, you know, making your future what you want it to be.
Yeah.
You know, so it was a good dynamic.
But her question really was, were you in awe of me when you watched my performance?
No, not that I recall.
Over the years, there have been so many special guests on Smallville. Here are some who wanted to say hello.
Happy 20th anniversary, Smallville.
Happy 20th anniversary, Smallville.
Happy 20th anniversary, Smallville.
Hot dog, I can't believe it's been 20 years.
One of my favorite memories working on Smallville was being directed by Tom Welling. Whenever someone asks me who was my favorite director I've ever worked with, I just say Superman, obviously.
They let me do so many of the stunts, like running beside him on the train and things like that. I got to do everything playing Lionel Luthor, and I had a ball doing it.
Smallville resonated with people because it was the perfect balance of heart and drama and extremely high stakes stuff that we associate with superhero stories now.
I mean, you see people who've been touched by this show and it helps me appreciate it.
And seeing, of course, our boy Glover up there. Lionel Luthor.
I wish he was right here.
I know, we love being around him.
If you could change anything about the show, is there a moment that you would go back and be like,
I mean, I always thought that we should have seen a Bruce Wayne. Like, can you imagine Clark barging in to your mansion and like you're talking to somebody and you're like, I'd like you to meet Mr. Wayne. And it'd just be like this cool thing. Nobody knows who anybody is.
Awesome.
That would have been great.
By the way, you know, it's kind of cool to think that, you know, the rest of these series like Arrow and Flash and all these things, it was kind of like it started with Smallville.
Well, I think you and I have discussed this, that it was, again, a perfect storm in that technology had literally just gotten to the point where the visual effects, the super speed and those visual, they just didn't do that before Smallville. And that's you know.
They couldn't.
It did set a version of a standard. Smallville is still kind of contemporary, still kind of looks cool. I mean, we're in Kansas, there's pine trees everywhere, but you overlook that.
I didn't even notice that. Now I'm gonna for sure.
And by the way, what the hell was with Lex Luthor's security? He would walk in. He would just show up and I go, Clark. Now my reaction really wanted to be, hey, did you knock?
That's true.
Hey, where's my security here?
Serious question with the finale. What was that like for you guys getting to be like, okay, some people that we haven't seen for a little bit are gonna get to come back. We're all gonna reconnect here on the show.
A lot of people think I quit the show. And I didn't quit. My contract was for 6 years, and I ended up doing 7 years. When the finale came, the series finale, I called the writers a week before, like a week and a half before, and said, I wanted to be with everybody at the end.
Yeah.
And so I showed up after not having seen Tom for like 3 years, and it was a bit emotional.
Very emotional for him.
Yes, and the first take, remember the first take, big crane shot?
Oh, yeah. Clark comes in and the mansion's destroyed, and there's this big crane shot, big swooping crane shot, and it comes in and goes past Clark. Lex comes in. Here's Michael. Camera comes in with close up. He goes, what's my line?
What's the line?
What's the line again?
Oh.
I was like, welcome back.
Welcome back.
We are almost out of time, but before we go, let's hear some messages from some more familiar faces.
It's not every day that a series can celebrate like this, and I am honored to have been part of this iconic story.
Happy 20 years, Smallville.
Happy 20th anniversary, Smallville.
Happy 20th anniversary, Smallville. 20th? No.
It was my first real big job. It also was welcoming me into an entire universe, a world that was so rich and so loved already. It was really a privilege.
I remember arriving on set and seeing Tom, and it struck me immediately. I'm like, my God, it's Clark Kent.
We tackled some pretty serious subject matter, and then you would sort of, when they called cut, everyone's laughing and joking, and Oliver and Lex are laughing on the floor, you know, cracking each other up. It was a really, really great set.
I am so thrilled that I got to be a part of such an iconic series, and I just wanted to celebrate with you guys. So happy 20th, Smallville. Cast and crew, thank you for having me be a part of your journey, and I'm sending everyone so much love.
Awesome. Cassie Freeman, I remember she called me. She's probably got to be a little nervous going on to this show that's been on for years, and I just talked about how great everybody was and how comfortable she'll be.
Such a mild-mannered person, but when the camera rolled, she was a force.
Yeah.
There was a scene where she had to like turn on that Luthor blood in a sense, and I was like, "Oh, this girl's gonna be all right." Like she's got it.
And it was fun. It was fun killing her in season 10. It's great.
Now, someone that I know we're missing is Lana Lang, Kristen Crook. She wanted to be here with us, but she couldn't today, so she sent a very special message.
Happy 20th anniversary, Smallville. I haven't worked on this show for 12 years now. And you both and everyone were a huge part of my early adult years. When it came out, you know, it was right after 9/11. It was a time when people were looking for heroes. On another level, it was a story and is a story, and I think this is why it lasts. It's a story about growing up. It's a story about how you feel alienated, how you feel other, and that is a universal experience for us. And Clark Kent was that, seeing him grapple with these things that would become his strengths, give all of us the aspirational hope that those things that are weird and we can't control and seem like they make us different from everyone else are actually the things that are special about us. And I think that will resonate always.
Congratulations on the 20th anniversary of Smallville. That brings us to the end of our celebration. I want to thank you all for being here, watching us, and taking this trip with us down memory lane. And thank you guys so much for being here and chatting.
Thank you. See you soon.
The greatest thing about a news flash is that it can happen when you least expect it. Like now. Continuing from May's Festival of Heroes anthology comic, DC's Monkey Prince will return in February 2022 and a new 12-issue comic book series from writer Jean Lun Yang and artist Bernard Chang. Based on the 16th century Chinese novel Journey to the West, DC's newest shape-shifting superhero, the Monkey Prince, aka Marcus Sun, will return to headline his own series. For fans that can't wait for February 2022, to read more about DC's Monkey Prince, a new short story just posted to DCUniverse.com. In this new tale available now, you'll see the classic Journey to the West characters defending the heavenly realm against Darkseid and his parademons.
How's everyone doing out there? I am so glad to be back with you all at DC Fandom. What an amazing celebration of everything DC. Look, last year I had just been cast, so I have a very special connection with DC Fandom. It was their first year, it was my first year, so let's do this. Okay, now, you know you can't have DC without GC, Gotham City. It's dark, gritty, it's riddled with crime and corruption, but that's why we all love it, am I right? Gotham is home to some really amazing characters beyond Batman. I, for one, can't wait to slip into my costume for another season of Batwoman. All the Gotham content you can handle is coming your way right now. First up, an action RPG based on some of the most beloved members of the Bat family. Maybe you've heard of Gotham Knights? Let's play.
Batman, Jim Gordon, they thought they had a handle on this city. They never did. You don't stand a chance. Because they're always watching, always listening, pulling everybody's strings. Mine, yours. But no one talks about them. Not a whispered word is said.
The Court of Owls is a myth.
They're listening. If you really want to go down this rabbit hole, you need to know there's no coming back from it.
One of the joys of writing comics is the hope that someone will take that story and make it something their own. And I think the folks at Warner Brothers have done a tremendous job translating and evolving the Court of Owls into the game.
The fans, they cosplay as these characters, they're hungry for more.
And so here you are getting to play out that conflict in a game itself.
I remember taking this walk around New York City, my old neighborhood. Nothing I knew was there anymore. All of the people I had known had moved away. All of the stores were gone. The feeling was so unsettling, and I wanted to craft a story that would make Bruce Wayne feel the way I felt.
The first time I read that story, I was just blown away because they were creating this really rich secret history of Gotham City, very plausible, believable, that was in direct opposition to Batman.
I think probably inspiration for the Court of Owls originates from nature just by the real fact that the owl is a natural predator to the bat.
What an owl does a lot of the time is it hunts you and it stalks you without you seeing it, and the fun of the way that the court goes after Bruce is to watch him from afar for years.
Because it's been something that's been in Gotham for so long and been so powerful and right beneath Batman's nose, I think that's the root of the success there.
One of the biggest challenges with bringing the Court of Owls from comic books to video games is really the interactive nature of what video games are.
How do you take that history, how do you take this cool imagery and bring it to life in a game that's very satisfying?
We could look at the source material, we could talk to the creators, and we could ask their opinions about that. We could say, which of these elements do you think we can translate?
When I went out there to see what they were doing with the game, I was blown away. I mean, It took what we had done with Court of Owls, but it just elevated it beyond a lot of the borders that we had had.
You can't really rely on what you think you know about the court. We have expanded, we have added to it.
There are different varieties of Talons in Gotham Knights. And as the players begin to understand through gameplay the unique strengths and vulnerability of the Talon, it will affect how they equip themselves and how they unlock new abilities. So like any good RPG, we're presenting you with a problem and then we're presenting you with a range of potential solutions, and players will have an opportunity to kind of maximize that according to their own style.
The entire team has worked so hard on this and put so much love and dedication into this, and I really hope it comes through and it gives them a really enjoyable experience.
I can't wait for us to share more information about this game.
But watch out for those deadly talons, because they are sharp. Be careful.
The Court of Owls looks truly sinister. I can't wait to know more about those mysterious masked supervillains and their deadly creatures. Forget Girls' Night Out. I'll be doing Gotham Knights In as soon as I get my hands on that game. So excited. I gotta tell you, being in the Hall of Heroes is a huge honor. Look at this place. This is incredible. I hope you guys are enjoying the show so far. DC is throwing a lot of really amazing content our way, and they're not stopping anytime soon. More news flashes, more announcements, and more exclusive footage is on the way. But first, a heartfelt thank you for supporting Batwoman. I've read your letters, I've seen your fan art, and I spend probably too much time on social media looking at your comments and feeling the love you have for this character.
What about my character?
Oh, hey, girl, hey.
Don't I get any love? You know, behind every superhero is a supervillain.
Well, you know Alice is a fan favorite. Look, everybody, please say hello to Rachel Skarsten, who plays Alice on the show.
Hello, DC World. I am so excited to return to my evil ways on the show, and most of all, to get to work with the lovely Javicia again.
Season 2 set up many new mysteries, characters, a new hero, which we'll take a special look at in just a few minutes. And we're going to get into all of it this season.
By the way, I will not be the only villain on the show this season. Did you see the premiere? Mad Hatter, Poison Ivy, and a whole slew of baddies joining in the fun.
Makes sense it would take some of Gotham's most notorious villains and a little push from Renee Montoya to get Batwoman and Alice to team up and work together this season.
By the order of the mayor's office, in exchange for your cooperation in these cases, you will be remanded into supervised custody.
You're tying my fate to a psychopath?
Well, more like handcuffing it, but yes. Any questions?
Yes. Does this kind of wreck my ensemble? I mean, I get the whole bat motif, but this is a 44-story building. Shortly, there's a more comfortable workspace available.
Good luck with that.
I'm just gonna hang out here.
What the hell are you two doing together anyway? Aren't y'all supposed to be enemies?
Long story. She's working with me.
They're a little short-staffed at City Hall.
If crazy stuff's going down, may as well get the crazy lady's take on it.
We don't really use the C word anymore. Crazy?
Alice and Batwoman are working together? No, I'll have to see it to believe it.
Well, Rachel, should we give them a taste of what's to come on season 3 of Batwoman?
Perhaps a little bit of that never-before-seen stuff would whet their appetite.
I hope so. Here's a look.
As the resident expert on predatory behavior, I had some thoughts on how Mr. chooses his prey. I was thinking back to my first kill, for which I chose a geriatric harpy with an oxygen tank. Now, do you know why I did that?
Because you're a killer, Alice.
No. Well, yes, but that's not the takeaway. I chose her because she was easy pickings. See, when a fledgling predator is learning how to stalk its prey, it seeks to separate one from the herd.
So he wouldn't have gone after 2 victims for his first hunt?
Look at you learning to think like a killer.
Which means the pool wasn't this Croc's first attack.
And if it wasn't for all the blood in the deep end,
They would have just been listed as missing persons.
just like the missing persons I found that were last seen at the East River shore, a mere 2 miles from the pool attack. Welcome to his hunting grounds.
Well, I guess I stand corrected. Maybe Alice and Batwoman can work together.
Quite the twisted partnership. Rach, I have had so much fun filming with you for season 3.
I know, me too. And I cannot wait for everyone to see how our story unfolds. Well, I should get back to practicing my maniacal laugh. Never know when I'm gonna need it. Bye.
Bye, Rach. If you like nail biting, what's gonna happen next, plot twisty television, then I'll see you for season 3 of Batwoman. And one of the newest heroes of the cast gets his own DC spotlight right now.
Well, hey, thanks, Javicia. What's up, guys? It is very good to finally be back with y'all virtually for this year's DC FanDome. It's Cameron Johnson here. I play Luke Fox on Batwoman. So at the end of season 2, I finally became Batwing, DC's flying armored superhero. And playing Batwing has been a ton of fun so far. I mean, like, tell me you saw that dope scene in the season 3 premiere when me and Javicia teamed up and took down the Mad Hatter. If you haven't yet, it's my bad. But if you did, I mean, like, that's pretty dope, right? Come on. So let's take a look at the origins of this character and how we brought him to life on TV for the very first time. Batwing made his first appearance in 2011 in the DC comic book series Batman Incorporated. So before Luke Fox, David Zavimbe, known as the Batman of Africa, was introduced in the 5th issue. By the time David retired, Luke had proven his value to Batman. Just FYI, no sidekick actually likes being referred to as a sidekick.
Copy that. My number 2 dude.
Nope, not that dude. Luke may not have superpowers, but he was a skilled fighter, having trained in mixed martial arts and cage fighting. So as the son of Lucius Fox, Luke had the same brilliant engineering mind as his father. His tech-savvy Batwing suit allowed him to accomplish some very impressive stunts, like flying tremendous speeds with a special mechanical glider cape. Now, there are a few differences between the Batwing of the comics and the one I portray on television.
What the hell are you? Justice.
Luke and Tavaroff were friends in the comics before becoming rivals, whereas on Batwoman, Tavaroff is a full-blown villain from the start. Comic book Luke builds the suit with his dad, but on our show, it's Lucius who actually creates the Batwing suit based off of Luke's childhood drawings. In the season 2 finale, Luke discovers this years after his dad dies. When I was a kid, I drew pictures of how I imagined a black Batman would look. Turns out that my dad was secretly turning those pictures into reality. I can't even describe the feeling of putting on the suit for the first time. The costume designer, Maya Manny, and her incredible team did an amazing job designing it and helping me portray this character the way that I envisioned him on the big screen. It truly is an honor knowing that I'm giving kids like me the opportunity to look up and relate to another black superhero. I mean, it's such a surreal experience, and I can't stop smiling about it when I think about it, because, you know, I'm just a random kid from a random town in a random state that had big dreams and wanted to make a difference. I looked up to so many superheroes growing up, and I hope that some kid out there can see me as Batwing and realize that there's a hero in them too. And one day, we might just need to meet them. Now, as some of you may know, and the true homies have copies sitting on their shelves right now, I also wrote a Batwing story for DC's Batman Urban Legends anthology series. I was given this fun opportunity to choose any villain I wanted for Batwing to take on, except the Joker, and I won't forget that. So I chose to not only go for my second favorite Rogues Gallery villain, the Riddler, I also decided to give him some Killer Croc backup. So my friends and I at DC we had such a fun time playing with both baddies in one action-packed story. 2 incredibly fulfilling moments at once, right? Writing my first DC story about Batwing and announcing to the world that I'd be Batwing on the same day. Happy Batwing Day. My journey to becoming Batwing has been one that I'll never forget. You know, one that I hope some of you out there can find inspiration from, and one that I would love to continue on together for some time to see just how much fun being the metal bat really can be. So all my love to you all. Thanks again for crowning me your newest hero. And I can't wait to show you even more Batwing this season on Batwoman.
Welcome back, DC fans. We are excited to share that the winner of the Round Robin fan bracket, Robins, is available now on DC Universe Infinite. Over 1 million fans voted in the massive winner-take-all bracket, greenlighting Robins from writer Tim Seeley and Baldemar Rivas. As all the Robins come together to talk about how being a Robin has affected their lives, they are violently interrupted by someone who claims she was the first Robin. The last time fans voted on the fate of a Robin, it went very differently. DC Universe subscribers can read this digital-first title now, only on DCUI.
Still to come, Catwoman Hunted, DC's Legends of Tomorrow, and the new Batman trailer debut.
Hello again to all our fellow super fans from all around the globe. Once again, Américo Borgo.
And I am Aline Diniz. So far, today's journey through the DC multiverse has been amazing. We saw Dwayne Johnson as Black Adam and Jason Momoa returning as Aquaman.
The DC multiverse means we also doubled down on The Flash, took a trip to Metropolis and Gotham City, and got the exclusive intel on the latest video games.
But there's also Jason Momoa.
You already mentioned him.
No, but once is never enough, eh?
Oh, God. Well, anyway, guys, there's still so much ahead, including the Batman. I cannot wait for that. But right now, it's all about Gotham's truly fiendish feline, Catwoman.
Catwoman is clawing her way into a new animated film. For more on this exciting project, please welcome the actress who voices the title role, Elizabeth Gillies.
Catwoman celebrates her 80th anniversary next year, and Warner Brothers Animation, DC, and Warner Brothers Home Entertainment salute her longevity and popularity with the release of a DC animated movie all her own, Catwoman Hunted. The felonious feline is voiced by moi, and, as you'll see in the trailer, Catwoman sets her sights on stealing the world's most valuable jewel, and as a result, everyone is hot on her tail. Get ready for the world premiere of the Catwoman Hunted trailer.
I assume you're ready for action?
This kitten's always ready for action. Darling, you're even more gorgeous in person.
Multiple countries have warrants out for your arrest.
I'm popular.
This little kitten sauntered into the lair of the wrong big cat.
No! Stop her! I thought this was supposed to be a party. My kind of party.
Minerva is built her Leviathan crime syndicate. It's now richer than many countries.
You help us bust Leviathan, your warrants disappear.
Catwoman must die.
I did not sign up for this. Did you sign up for this?
You really have to think about that?
Prepare to get your ass kicked. Don't make me fight dirty.
You good?
A cat always.
Yeah, lands on her feet. I've heard the saying. Don't you ever get tired of that catch stick?
Darling, I love your costume. Hold on to that one, love, or I might just steal him away.
Wasn't that just perfect? Catwoman Hunted will be the first DC animated movie to be released by Warner Brothers Home Entertainment in 2022, coming to digital, Blu-ray, and 4K on February 8th. All totaled, fans can expect 5 original DC animated movies in 2022, as well as the spring release of the latest DC Showcase collection, anchored by the all-new animated short, Constantine, House of Mystery, featuring Matt Ryan reprising his role as the Hellblazer. Ever wonder what would happen if 2 youthful super teams joined forces to fight the bad guys? You'll find out in spring 2022 in Teen Titans Go and DC Superhero Girls Mayhem in the Multiverse. Brightest Days and Blackest Nights arrive next summer when Green Lantern, Beware My Power, adds to the DC Universe movies canon. And in the fall, the next generation of superheroes takes center stage in Battle of the Super Sons. the first DC Universe movie to be produced in CG. Rounding out the year, the world's greatest detective will look to unmask the holiday killer when Batman, the Long Halloween Deluxe Edition, comes to stunning 4K Ultra HD.
Aline, we're so spoiled with all of these amazing DC projects coming our way.
Now let's talk about the DC show that's about to hit the 100 episode mark.
That's right. DC's Legends of Tomorrow is going to achieve that impressive milestone in season 7. And right now, we're gonna celebrate by looking at 100 episodes in 100 seconds. Are you ready? Go.
I see you've all decided to come. We can be on our way. Shall we? In the future, my friends may not be heroes. But if we succeed, they will be remembered as legends.
I made you a certain promise.
Jax, we gotta go.
I don't want to enjoy this for a moment.
Let's party!
The three of us are going to change our past and our future and the world as you know it.
And that's just the beginning.
I just need one more moment.
Far too slow.
We're never gonna make it!
Don't worry. The rest of the legends are here. We're busting everybody out.
There's land ahead.
All hands on deck! Let's do this. I can't do that.
Wait!
As I was saying, legends?
Whoa. This mission has to be epic. And I have the perfect plan.
Sarah, no! What's that? Can we kill them now?
People want cuddles!
Smile, people!
What? Oh my.
Take us to DEFCON 2.
Is this a drill?
Are they lowering the barrier?
Wow, that I did not see coming.
Hey, cheese!
You wish.
What is it?
That it is just business as usual for us.
Leave you now with this takeaway that there might not be a normal, but that might be okay.
I told you guys we can't keep the cowboy narrator.
Sorry. Hey, man, we'll drop you off.
Happy trails, legends.
It's true that every generation has their favorite Batmobile. Mine personally is the Dark Knight Trilogy Batmobile from the TDK trilogy. But for the next generation of DC fans, Warner Brothers Animation has been revving up production on their preschool series about some of the coolest DC vehicles.
Of course, led by the one and only Batmobile. But that's not all. Your favorite heroes, iconic villains, and all the citizens of Gotham City are taking on vehicle form in DC's Batwheels. And you don't have to be a preschooler to love this show. You just have to be a kid at heart. This is really fun for the whole family, so let's check out this very early preview.
Coming from the world of audio, our friends at Spotify have completed casting for the upcoming audio series, Batman Unburied. But you don't want to hear the news from us. We'll let Barbara Gordon tell you.
What up, everyone? At DC FanDome, it is Gina Rodriguez, and I am so excited to let everyone know that I am going to be a part of Batman Unburied. Whoop, whoop. And I get the honor of playing the iconic voice of Barbara Gordon. I'm so super excited. I'm so excited for you to come on the audio adventure with us, only on Spotify.
Joining the cast alongside Gina will be Sam Witwer as the Harvester, Amy Raver Lampman as Kel, Jessica Marie Garcia as Renee Montoya, and Jim Peary as Arnold Flass.
Hey, DC FanDome, it's your boy, Winston Duke. And I am so excited, so honored to be joining the DC family with Batman Unburied, with Spotify and DC, and we have been cooking up something very, very special for you. We've been creating something that's nuanced and beautiful with great characters, great voices, and just a beautiful experience. So, in that vein, I am Batman.
Holy smokes, Batman. More news to come from Spotify and the forthcoming Batman Unburied podcast.
Still to come, Batman Caped Crusader, Harley Quinn, and the first details on the Batgirl film.
We know fans love one-of-a-kind partnerships, so we're here to announce an exclusive collaboration between the Batman and Puma. Here to tell us more about it is none other than football icon, that's soccer to some of you, and our fellow Brazilian, Neymar.
Now, that is huge news. Fala aí, Neymar. Bate ousadia e bate alegria, hein? Conta mais, o pai tá on mesmo?
Fala, galera da DC. Tô muito animado pro novo filme do Batman. Sempre fui muito fã, desde pequeno. Uma honra muito grande estar participando desse evento. Obrigado por tudo. E tô muito animado com tudo isso. Espero que a franquia da Batman seja longa, que faça muitas mais coisas. Você estaria esperando. Valeu, Puma. Batman, tamo junto.
Come on, be honest. Fans would buy anything having to do with DC, especially if Neymar is involved.
Yeah, you're not wrong. But now I want to talk about one of my favorite Gotham City gals, Barbara Gordon, also known as Batgirl. The tech-savvy martial arts badass is getting her very first full-length feature.
It was a role that every actress in town wanted, but ultimately it went to Leslie Grace after her stellar breakout performance in last summer's In the Heights.
She was so good in that. And now, we're all looking forward to seeing Leslie take on the bad guys in a very different version of Gotham City. Let's learn more about Batgirl in this DC Spotlight.
It's your girl, Leslie Grace. Hi, DC Fandom, and I'm your new Batgirl. I don't know about you guys, but every step of this process, I'm like, I can't believe this is happening.
It's a big, big honor and privilege to be part of that world.
That's really unbelievable. I feel like a kid again.
Honestly, I just feel like the luckiest writer on earth.
We wanted to have a very broad casting. It was very broad in range of ages and races, and what was important for us was that the best actress for the part would be cast. Eventually, we saw Leslie among. It was a goosebump moment. Yeah, it was really like. It's like the whole time, who is gonna be Barbara Gordon?
I mean, there was something that she just. Like that hit a nerve and felt like, okay, we are actually watching Barbara Gordon.
She's a girly girl, but she also is so capable of being strong and being determined and like kicking butt. And she wants to prove herself, but she's also still just so sweet. A lot of times we focus a lot on the male superheroes, but it was really exciting to read for a female superhero that has that grit and like is very sincere and almost eager to prove herself.
What's kind of fun about Barbara and Batgirl is that in this story, she's discovering Batgirl for the first time, and so she's getting to explore a duality she's always had in her personality, but it's this whole new side of her personality, a slightly kind of more daring, slightly less law-abiding side of her personality that we get to just have fun and play with.
We asked Leslie to train a lot. We want the fights to be, pretty realistic so that it feels more raw and more real and more relatable.
I'm really excited about the action. I mean, I'm training so hard and we're trying to get as much learned in my body before I get there. So I'm excited about what that's gonna actually look like once we have a suit and once we're on location figuring out those fight sequences. So that's really exciting to me. You know I'm a fashion girl too, so I'm just dying. I'm like looking at Batgirl behind me, and I'm like, all right, I can see it.
We like that she has a cowl. That we can say. She will have a cowl. So it's not gonna be the design with just the mask on the eyes.
It was so funny. It was one of the first questions I asked once we were on. I was like, so is she gonna have red hair? Cause like I'm so ready.
Affirmative.
Of course.
Yeah.
That's Batgirl.
It's gonna have everything in the movie.
All the emotions. There's gonna be a climax.
It's gonna go crescendo.
And
You know,
at the end,
you're gonna be on the edge of your seat like that.
And at the end,
Can't wait. I'm so ready.
While the Batgirl film is just about to begin production, we don't have to wait much longer to see how Titans is going to wrap up its season 3.
Standing by right now, we've got one of the cast from TV's Titans with some exciting news and an exclusive look into the near future.
Hey guys, Brenton Thwaites here. I played Dick Grayson and Nightwing in Titans on HBO Max. We're very happy that you guys have been enjoying season 3. We loved making it, and it's good to know that it's landing on audiences, especially the hardcore true Nightwing fans, Titans fans. We're excited to be here at the DC FanDome. We're going to debut an exclusive clip from season 3 for you to see. And we really hope that finale, packs the punch and kind of lands for you guys. But first, we're going to announce something. We're going to announce something.
The 60 bagel and banana.
Yeah, honey, go. We practiced this. What are we going to announce?
Season 3!
Season 4, we're going to announce. We're announcing season 4. Titans is going to go again. And we are very excited to go back to Canada and continue making this wonderful show. It's been a wild ride. I love making it. Toronto's a wonderful place to work, and this is such great, versatile, diverse content to be able to work on as an actor. But it is all thanks to you guys for, watching it and enjoying it and demanding that they make another show, another season. Anyway, we're out. Thank you. See ya.
Okay, Dick, I'm here. What do I do?
Okay, I need you to connect the router to the Wayne Manor mainframe. Slide the security panel cover straight up. It should come right off.
You should have told me about Jason.
Would you have gone inside if I had?
You still should have told me. Okay, got it.
Okay, hold on. You're not done yet. I'm going in. Tell Gar to cut the red wire and hook it up to the router. The red wire? You never cut the red wire. Cut the red wire. Gar, it's me. Dick left. He said cut the red wire.
What? No, you never cut the red wire.
I know, but that's what he said. What's happening?
We're in. Oh, shit.
What?
There's a security question. What's the name of the one who got away? Joker. Riddler. Tim, I've got one more try at this or I'm locked out.
Try Selina Kyle.
Who's that?
Trust me.
Selina.
Welcome.
Who's Selina Kyle?
It is now our privilege to introduce two larger-than-life characters. Both have amazing fighting skills, but one has equally impressive biting skills.
Yeah. Please welcome Harley Quinn and King Shark.
ladies, gentlemen, theys, and gays. Fancy meeting you here inside Starro's beehole. Look, we all know why I'm here, okay? To present a little something for season 3 of my show, which was announced in 1972, and here we are in 2021, and 2 whole generations of animators have been burning the midnight oil on it, and the season is still not finished. And those poor artists died of acute carpal tunnel for nothing.
Sorry to interrupt. Are you still vamping?
Yes. Did you get the season 3 footage from HBO Max?
It is currently being uploaded onto the FanDome server.
And this is only happening now because
the hard drive containing said footage looked like a piece of sushi, and I ate said hard drive.
But it's being uploaded?
It is.
So you passed the hard drive?
The hard drive is wireless, and it is very much still inside me.
Is it high speed?
Oh, my metabolism? Yes, I'm lucky. Oh, look! The producers are telling me it's ready to go.
Okay, the moment we've all been waiting for. A sizzle reel for Harley Quinn, season 3, coming to HBO Max sometime in 2022.
Roll that beautiful bean footage. I've always wanted to say that.
So, what do we do now?
Let the Eat, Bang, Kill tour begin. Come here. Harley and Ivy are back. Send our regards to whatever tabloid you work for, and tell Ben Affleck I upper deck his fancy soda stream.
I'll bring Harley and Ivy to justice, and then you'll change your tune.
I am here for revenge.
Hell? Oh. I am.
Hey, God!
To us, together at last.
Partners in crime in every sense of the word.
There are so many surprise twists and turns, and I say that as someone who's already lived it.
I will admit, that looks pretty great. Gonna be better, after the crayon guy, colors it in, and then the sound effects guy does the pew-pew stuff, and, the music guy does the ban-na-na-na-na thing with the guitars. Oh, God, animation takes forever.
You're telling me? I'm sure they'll get around doing something cool, the old Que Hombre. Any minute now.
Yeah, don't worry, you look great. Well, there you have it, folks. Enjoy the rest of FanDome, I guess. And please remember all the cool stuff you saw earlier, and not that.
And get ready for more of this soon. That's all I can move right now. Not too shabby.
Oh! Okay, we're done here.
Mis compañeros fanáticos del cómic de DC, it's me, Gabby Camp, huge super fan of all things DC. And a big thank you, Harley Quinn and King Shark. Now that we know what is happening with all of the other colorful characters in Gotham City, it is time to check in on the man himself. The 1990s award-winning show Batman the Animated Series was the first introduction to this iconic character for many current Batman fans. Fans were excited that original series creator Bruce Timm will be teaming up with James Tucker and 2 of the biggest names in television and film, J.J. Abrams and Matt Reeves, to reimagine the series for a new generation. Let's check in with that dynamic group and see what they have planned for Batman Cape Crusader.
I'm J.J. Abrams, executive producer of Batman Cape Crusader.
I'm Bruce Timm, executive producer of Batman Cape Crusader.
Hi, I'm Matt Reeves, executive producer of Batman Caped Crusader.
Hi, I'm James Tucker, and I am a co-producer on Batman Cape Crusader.
Warner's Animation asked if we would be interested in working with Bruce on a new animated Batman series, and Matt was working on the Batman film, so it just felt like an opportunity to collaborate not just with Bruce, but with one of my best friends on a project that I knew would be incredibly meaningful to all of us.
One of my elevator pitch versions of this show is that it's more Batman the Animated Series than Batman the Animated Series. It kind of goes back to the original principles of the show that we originally came up with back in the early 90s. There was certain limitations on what we could do in terms of adult content, in terms of violence and adult themes. And my idea is basically to say, okay, it's 1990 again. I get to do what I want to do this time. And I got JJ and Matt backing me up.
In Bruce's world, in this new iteration, it's just Batman right now. There's not, the Justice League, it doesn't exist. There aren't any other superheroes. It's Batman. You're watching this lone figure swimming through the cesspool of Gotham. It's Batman alone.
He's Batman. I mean, whether he's wearing the mask or not, he's Batman. And Bruce Wayne is the mask. Bruce Wayne is a phony person. He's a construction that Batman has created to deflect suspicion from his activities.
So he's going to be very low tech initially. You know, as he develops as a character, we'll start introducing those gadgets. And, you know, the audience can see how he developed the Batmobile using different prototypes. That's part of the fun of this series, is we're finding him discovering these things that most other Batman series, they already were there.
It really is an incredibly complex psychological story about someone who, in a way, needs to be redeemed, and that's kind of what at least this first season's about.
We've reconfigured some of the roles some of the characters have. We're starting before Batman has earned their trust, and they've earned Batman's trust, so there's nothing assumed. We don't know that Commissioner Gordon will be Batman's ally. The journey of the show is to see how they, you know, eventually grow together and learn to trust or not. You know, nothing is assumed in this series as far as what we're used to seeing in the world of Batman.
What this does is it gives us the opportunity to say, okay, well, the versions of Joker and Catwoman and Penguin, those versions that we did on Batman the Animated Series were really great and iconic. But there's lots of different ways we can take those characters that we hope will be just as iconic and just as powerful.
Bruce pitched the concept of Caped Crusader, and he had the Strange Days short that was done for Batman's 75th anniversary. That was very old school film noir look. It was in black and white. And I think that's what really closed the deal on the pitch, because looking at that, they could see exactly what the show was going to look like. But just so it's clear, the show won't be in black and white unless I can talk Bruce into doing a special episode.
This new iteration is very much born of a noir sensibility.
Definitely heavy on the German expressionism / film noir kind of styling, set in the kind of timeless 40s world. If anything, we're probably going to lean into that even more in terms of authentic clothes and hairstyles and hats and vehicles and architecture. The way we deal with the characters is going to be quite a bit more modern in terms of inclusivity, representation, things like that.
Caped Crusader is something that, you know, I feel honored to get to be part of the creative conversations, to get to help and support along with Matt, you know, not just the vision for how they want to do it, but even in using new technologies, the opportunity to take advantage of literally techniques that didn't exist back when Bruce was doing the animated series.
It's an honor, and I'm thrilled to be able to work on this. But to be honest with you, the most exciting part is I can't wait to see how it turns out. I can't wait to see all of this come together. I'm a fan, and I just want to see what Bruce does.
Even though it's still early days, that all sounds amazing. Batman Caped Crusader will air on Cartoon Network and HBO Max. I seriously can't wait for this one either. There's so much talent behind this series. And speaking of talent, let's take a look at your amazing Gotham-inspired art. Wow, I just love seeing your creations. Don't forget, Jim Lee will be announcing the winner at the end of the show. So stay tuned to see if you've been chosen. Do you like pizza? Have you ever wanted to be like the Batman? Then you will want to get your TikTok on with those pizza fanatics at Little Caesars, who are partnering with the Batman film in theaters in 2022. To get in on the fun, record how you would navigate your everyday life if you were the Batman. Then tag your video with hashtag #BeLikeTheBatman on TikTok. To learn more, check out at Little Caesars Pizza on TikTok. We won't keep you in the dark. And here's something else to be excited about. A new DC mobile game announcement from Ludia. Looks like the most iconic DC superheroes and supervillains are going to be featured in a puzzle RPG. Mobile gamers, get your fingers ready for DC heroes and villains.
The interesting thing about power is not whether it's used for good or evil. Nor is it that even the greatest power can be lost in an instant. It's what we choose to do when identities crumble. The line between hero and villain blurs. And extinction draws near. Enter a crisis where sworn enemies will be forced to unite. The fate of the universe is in your hands.
We have some exciting news for fans of collectibles. Here to tell us about it is legendary comic book artist and founder of McFarlane Toys, Todd McFarlane.
Hey, thanks, Candace, and I hope you're enjoying yourself, and so are all the fans out there today. I'm here to talk to everybody about McFarlane Toys, my company, and DC Direct. We just started a partnership, but basically I'm going to take all the things that we're good at and continue to do all the things that DC Direct has been doing. So here's a couple of things to look forward to. We're going to continue the Batman Black and White series, which is over 100 different statues already. We're going to do the Harley Quinn Red, White, and Black series. We're going to continue doing the DC Designer series. So look forward to all of that. This is just the beginning right now. One of the early statues we want to announce is the Joker Purple Craze from the artist Greg Capullo, who I think is one of the best in the business. It comes from the pages of the Batman Death of the Family that both Greg and writer Scott Snyder popularized. I've been waiting a long time to finally get to the Batman movie, and it's coming. One of the things we're going to be doing is a big, tall statue of the Robert Pattinson Batman, and it's based on the concepts and the costume and the reference that was given to us directly from the producers and director, so that we're going to make it as authentic as possible. Take a look at it. It's going to be super cool for your collection. The thing I'm looking forward to the most is continuing the Batman Black and White line. It's the longest running statue line that's been out there in collectible history. Number 100 was based on my artwork, so that was kind of cool. This one is based on the artwork by Mike Mignola. This is from the graphic novel Gotham by Gaslight, written by Brian Augustine. We've done a couple other Mike Mignolas in the past in that series, and they've been some of the top sellers, so this one is not going to be any exception. Also, big news, we're going to be doing a giveaway on the DC Designer Batman series. This one is going to be based on the comic book Batman Year 2. Artwork by myself, so I know what it's supposed to look like. And on top of it, I'm going to sign that toy for you. So if you want a chance to win that cool big Batman, head over to dcfandom.com for a sneak peek at some of the upcoming collectibles that are coming out, including Dwayne Johnson has Black Adam and a bunch of other cool stuff.
Still to come, Shazam, Fury of the Gods, and the Batman's new trailer debut.
DC fans, we're not slowing down with all these announcements and surprises. Now, going into its 4th season, Young Justice is a fan-favorite series focused on the covered-up side of the DC universe, taking place on Earth 16. It sees fan-favorite characters like Superboy, Miss Martian, Zatanna, Beast Boy, and more as they take on an ever-evolving DC universe. And this just in, you can watch the first episode of the new season for free after the show on dcfandom.com, but there's still so much to come on in Hall of Heroes that you may want to finish watching our show before you jump over to watch them all. Until then, here's a sneak preview of Season 4 of Young Justice.
The heroes of Young Justice have grown into leaders.
McGann, Connor, and Garfield are on their own.
But right now, fighting bad guys is the least of their worries.
At some point, we decide who we want to be.
No one on the team is perfect.
You broke the rules. Makes me want to break some rules too.
And sometimes, being a superhero isn't so super at all.
There are some things you just can never prepare for, and some things you can never get over.
What do we do? Pull your energies into me!
The heroes you love always fight for what's right.
Surrender or die.
That was my favorite clipboard! This season, they'll fight for something more.
No more angst! No more meddling! You'll all die today!
And the choices they make.
We decide who we want to be.
Man, for a minute, I thought I lost you too.
Will alter the DC Universe forever. Young Justice Phantoms, now streaming.
I like it.
DC Fandom is the only place to be for the latest and the greatest DC news and upcoming projects. I am Terry LTAM, and to say I'm thrilled to be here with the best fans in the world is a complete understatement. This is beyond exciting. Now, up next, another first. The talented and revolutionary writer, director, and producer Eva DuVernay is officially making her first show at HBO Max. Eva has joined force with writer Roberto Patino to bring you DMZ based on the comic of the same name. The show takes place in the future, where America is caught up in the Second Civil War, leaving Manhattan in ruins. The resilience of community and the human spirit is really what stands out in this 4-part limited series, starring Rosario Dawson and Benjamin Bratt. Now, over to Eva and Roberto to hear more.
Hi, I'm Ava DuVernay.
I'm Roberto Patino.
And we're here today to talk about our hot new DC comic adaptation, DMZ.
It's a story about a fractured people that are coming together, where we have a civil war between the Free States of America and the United States of America. And our story takes place 8 years into that DMZ, where the rule of law is basically dictated by the most powerful person at any point in time, and that could change from block to block.
So you have people who are in the city who've basically been abandoned, and the big kind of thrust of the story is an outsider comes in and she turns everything upside down. And that roller coaster ride, that adventure is one of the things that I love most about your script, and one of the reasons why I had to direct it, had to be involved. Let's talk a little bit about Rosario Dawson and the character of Alma.
Alma was inspired by one of the most fascinating characters in the comic book, and also one of the most underserved characters in the comic book, named Z, who is this fearless medic. I really took the creative guardrails off and dove into the spirit of Z and reinvented her. You know, this show is a bit of an origin story for one of the best characters in the graphic novel. She comes out the other side with a whole new understanding of what her place in this world ought to be.
I mean, the thing is like a beautiful, chaotic, messy, grappling with gender and who can do what and what power looks like and who really has the power. This is exemplified through Parco, played by Benjamin Bratt, and Wilson, played by Hoon Lee. And these are two actors, Roberto, they came to play.
Man, Parco Delgado is this guy who said, you know what? I am the law. I am the power here. And who I am and what I say I am, no one's going to challenge me on that if I say it with enough resolve. Wilson, on the other hand, is about the opposite side of that, where everybody gets to make truly free choices in the DMZ. They get to decide who they want to be. And the result of that is this patchwork of gangs and tribes and outfits. And Wilson sees that as a marvel.
Because that's what the DMZ is. It is set in a world that's just a few moments into the future. And it speculates what would we be if we let the worst of our divisions get to us. I just think it's super cool. It's also important in ways that allow us to consider ourselves now and what we want to be going forward. We're just pleased and proud that it's going to be making its way to HBO Max. And, you know, it's just been a pleasure working with you, my friend. I can't wait to do it again and again.
Indeed. It's been such a pleasure working with you, too. And I honestly cannot wait for the world to see DMZ. It's a world I'm thrilled to share with audiences, and especially with the DC fans.
Same here. Well, thank you to DC for having us, and we'll see you on HBO Max very soon.
DMZ isn't the only DC project from the brilliant Ava DuVernay. She's also bringing the fans Naomi, inspired by the amazing DC comic of the same name from writers Brian Michael Bendis, David Walker, and artist Jamal Campbell. Naomi stars this incredible actress, Casey Wallfall. Hi, Casey. Great to see you.
Hi, Candace. It's so great to be here.
Everyone is so jazzed for Naomi, and I am loving the diversity that's become the norm in the DC universe. How does it feel to be a part of the DC family?
It's an honor to be a part of the DC family. I, for so long, have watched shows like The Flash and a bunch of other DC TV and movies. So it's really special to me and very full circle for me. And everyone who I've talked to within the DC universe has been incredibly welcoming, which makes me really happy and it's been so exciting. I'm really excited for people to see this character that is so special to them within the comics on TV. And since she's so fairly new to the DC universe, there's a lot of room to grow within the character and within the story. And it's something that we haven't seen yet within the DC universe.
How did you prepare for the role of a teenage superhero?
Preparing for the role of a teenage superhero isn't so hard for me because I started the show when I was 16. Naomi is 16. I'm 17 now. So our lives, they often overlap as I'm reading the scripts. I get to pull from my family and my friends and things that I'm going through. And when you're a teenager, it's really crucial when you're figuring out your identity and who you are and what you like and what you don't like, which is a lot of what goes through Naomi's head throughout the story. It's a superhero show, but it's also a coming of age story. When it comes to the part of preparing for the superhero part, I can't relate to the supernatural part of the story, but I can relate to being a good person and doing good deeds, which is a huge part about being a superhero. And I've also read the comics. When I first booked the show, I got the series of the comics, and I've also read the Justice Leagues that she's in. And I'm an avid reader, so getting into comics is something that the show has started me on.
What makes Naomi different from the other female superheroes out there?
Well, as I said before, she's a fairly new superhero, so there's a lot of room for growth. But honestly, she's a young female Black teenage superhero, which is really special because that's something that we rarely see a character have their own comics and to have on TV. And I think what also sets her apart is her character and her heart. She's incredibly confident. She loves the people around her. She's incredibly driven, incredibly smart, and isn't afraid to show it. And although there are a lot of Naomis and people like Naomi in real life, those aren't always shown on TV, so I think it'll be really special. I also think what makes it different is the unique characters within the setting of the show. And the creatives in the team and the crew and the cast, they make it even more special, so I'm really excited for people to see the show.
Thanks, Casey. Thanks so much for being here. Let's give the fans a little teaser of what's coming their way in this DC News Flash, featuring Naomi.
Now, are we ready to begin? What's going on?
Annabelle says there's a stunt happening in the square. Something to do with Superman. I need this for my site. Bathroom break. 10 minutes. I'll be right back.
Hi everyone, I'm Asher Angel. I can't believe I'm here in the Hall of Heroes celebrating all things DC with you, the greatest fans in the entire multiverse. But I couldn't wait to tell you that we just finished shooting the sequel to probably your favorite DC movie of all time, featuring the only teenager to ever take a subway ride to the Rock of Eternity, Philly's own Billy Batson. The new movie is called Shazam.
You see what I did there? Because in the movie, when he says, anyway, I'm Zachary Levi, and let me tell you something. Our new movie, Shazam! Fury of the Gods, is going to be out of this world. In fact, the fate of Philadelphia and probably, I don't know, actually the entire world is in my hands. But this time, the family and I, we're up against some seriously scary villains. Helen Mirren and Lucy Liu. My real-life alter ego, Asher Angel, and I. We had such a great time making this movie with our director, David Sandberg, and the rest of our cast, Jack and Megan and Adam and Ross and Grace and DJ and Ian and Jovan and Faith. There are so many. And like our new cast members, like Rachel Zegler. We just wanted to take you behind the scenes to join in the fun during the making of Shazam.
Hello, my name is Zachary Levi. I should have a little tag. And I play Shazam. We all established something very special in the first movie. And in Shazam, Fury of the Gods, we expand on that.
Now they have to balance their life with being superheroes.
This is where you hang out with your superhero friends, isn't it?
These goddesses come to our world.
Our incredible new villains, Lucy Liu and Helen Mirren. She's kick-ass as Calypso.
We have mythological creatures.
Minotaurs, harpies, and dragons.
When I talk about upgrades, we got an upgrade, a huge upgrade in the suit. Bigger action sequences, bigger set pieces.
We go from Athens to Philadelphia. We go from the Rock of Eternity and the Library of Eternity to the Realm of the Gods. So we get to go to environments that were never explored in the first film.
We have it all.
3, 2, 1.
Shazam! Fury of the Gods takes the excitement and the action to a whole new level.
It's going to be more of a spectacle.
This is fun all around. You're in store for a treat, y'all.
You know, it doesn't matter how many times I yell the word Shazam, I still can't fly. I also never seem to turn into a superhero. Oh well, I'll just keep trying. All right, guys, let's keep the action going. Wonder Woman, who's been having a great year, getting ready to celebrate her 80th anniversary. Let's take a look back at a few highlights from her extraordinary story.
Wonder Woman is one of the original superheroes. She is a universal character.
Diana's values are built in her. It's all about love and compassion and humanity and peace and inclusiveness. It's part of who she is, and that's what makes her so special. Shall we? She believes in good, and her optimism radiates hope to the world.
She's been around because I think she struck a chord at a certain time and then just kind of evolved throughout the ages.
We all were Wonder Woman on the playground, and I love that she elicits that in people and makes people feel like they could be Wonder Woman. We are so excited to get to be here and get to talk about the spirit of Wonder Woman. When I think about myself as a child, learning about the character and watching Linda and how much it meant to me and how much it went on to mean to me over the years, you know, getting to be a part of the passing of the torch of this amazing character into the world is incredible.
It was an honor to and an excitement for me to go to see your movie, Patty. I know what it was like from the inside out, and I know what the legacy meant to me. And when I created the character, it wasn't on the comic book page, her kindness and her goodness. Her strength was a lasso of truth, and it was defensive things. And that meant something to me, because we know what Wonder Woman is. We, not just you and me, but the women out there and the women that have come behind us and with us and through us. And I hope that they can see what that is in their own lives. It gives me sort of chills talking about it.
Beautifully said, Linda.
It's so much more than a comic book character. It is an idea and an essence. And as a matter of fact, I wrote a song for you and for Gal, and based on an original lyric that I had started for my husband, but when I did your movie, I finished writing this song that comes out in October, actually, called Human and Divine. And it's about the love of Wonder Woman.
And I can't wait for everyone to hear it, because it's incredible. And I'm so excited for it to be heard by the world.
Thank you.
Here's the interesting thing. I think that Wonder Woman was controversial at the time that she came out. To my deep surprise, she was controversial still when you did it, Linda, because I remember all of the conversation about, were you too beautiful? Were you too kind? Were you too loving? Interesting to me that even when we made the film, it was still controversial that she could be all of those things at once. And that to me is the essence of Wonder Woman. I find ourselves to be in such a lucky place in time right now as it relates to Wonder Woman, because I actually think she is the most relevant superhero of our times, because at this moment, I think values are incredibly important. And the values of being capable of doing more than fight and challenging yourself to be a superhero of love, compassion, kindness, goodness, patience, you know, all of these things, and be willing to fight, even physically, to stand up for those things is what matters right now.
It is certainly not my invention or yours, but it feels like I'm a part of something. Mm-hmm. And that we take on to the next generation of fans. And that is my hope for the future, certainly, and your hope for the future. What you, in Wonder Woman 3, which I can't wait to hear you come out with any.
You can't wait to hear me not talk about.
Can't wait to hear you not.
About when we get to this.
Okay, not talk about. Oh my God, not talk about. Oh, but it's coming, everyone. Wonder Woman 3 is coming, and
sure
even if I did know, you'd have to kill me to have me talk about it, but I don't.
Thank you. No, we're super excited about Wonder Woman 3, and Gal is who's so bummed not to be here, who's the busiest person in the world with now three little kids and shooting. So she was so bummed not to be able to be here, but we are all three very excited about some exciting things coming up with Wonder Woman 3.
Pretty cool. Who would have thought in my life, at this time in my life, that this gift would just present itself to me? And that's so cool. And that's what I'm hoping for all of the fans of Wonder Woman and all of the fans to know, that your life is full of surprises. And the Wonder Woman in you is alive and well.
Wow. I am just in awe of these women, Patty and Linda, and to you, the fans. Wonder Woman is all about celebrating the strength and wonder in all of us and creating a more respectful and open world. That's why we're so excited to launch our new content series, Real Wonder, with our partners at Unilever. Real Wonder is a year-long celebration of Wonder Woman's 80th anniversary. And together with Dove, we're committed to creating and celebrating everyday women who make the world a more beautiful and confident place. We'll share real-world stories by real women who are using their everyday superpowers to help create real wonder and change in their communities. We're looking for women who aspire to ensure that the next generation grows up helping young people raise their self-esteem and realize their full potential. Check out the website below to nominate someone who embodies celebrating the wonder in all of us today. Now, let's take a look at a special collection of fan art that celebrates the icon on her 80th anniversary. Here are just some of the truly wonderful creations sent in by the fans of the original, the most genuine, the pop culture icon that is Wonder Woman. I am always in awe of your amazing works of art. We asked members of our DC family why Wonder Woman has been such an important icon for 80 years and what wonder means to them. Let's take a look.
I think it's about time that we realize that women actually are half of the human race and can be as strong and as exciting and interesting and complex as male characters.
A character like Wonder Woman at the time, she was an incredibly, important, unheard of, groundbreaking character that I think has meant so much to so many.
Look! It's Wonder Woman!
She's a standout character among all the original DC members.
I can't believe she's been around for 80 years. That's insane.
I think she inspires everyone who aspires to be like a strong, powerful person.
People gravitate towards her so much because she's uniquely different.
I think it's important to have strong female role models like Wonder Woman because women have gone through so much adversity.
It is our sacred duty to defend the world, and it's what I'm going to do.
It's important for little girls to look up at the screen and see a hero there and say, I can be that, I can do that.
I am my own woman, and I decide who I want to be.
The inspiration that comes from seeing this super strong, super smart, elegant heroine that stands on her own.
It gives them someone to look up to, even if it's just in their imagination.
Wonder Woman is an amazing character. Anybody can look up to her, regardless of status.
Of course, Wonder Woman's really important to be a role model for women and young women, but also for younger men.
It gives you like a chance to believe that you can actually be Wonder Woman, that you can reach a capacity of your dreams, I suppose.
I would say wonder inspires a sense of awe.
Wonder is the ability to still see the grand and incredible things in the world.
I love the hope behind the character. It is important to have these strong female roles in society, to show the power of equality and to show that anything is possible.
I think it's wonderful. I think there should be 1 million female superheroes, and I'm glad there are so many now.
You know these women, your grandmother, your mother, your best friend, your aunt, your teacher, who are strong, capable, wonderful women.
Strong women are very much a part of the universe, so of course we want to see them reflected on the screen.
People like Wonder Woman show us that every woman is a queen. Every woman is a warrior. Every woman is a fighter.
I think Wonder Woman is dope. I like that rope. I don't understand it, but it's cool.
To continue the celebration of wonder, we have one more fun challenge. Now, we all know that part of Wonder Woman's iconic lore, especially from the TV series, is that she has the most awesome transformation of any superhero with her infamous spin. Celebrate Wonder Woman's 80th with us by doing the spin challenge on TikTok. Show us how you spin into action, and no matter what the day brings, you can spin into anything that makes you take on the day with confidence. Let me show you how it's done. I am feeling very confident in my Wonder Woman look.
And breaking news from DC Publishing. As we are celebrating Wonder Woman and the 80th anniversary of this iconic superhero, we are also looking ahead to 2022 with Trial of the Amazons. This massive crossover event will affect the future of the Amazons. Diana has ascended to a new place of existence, fighting for justice on a cosmic scale, which has led to massive change for the Amazons. Queen Hippolyta departs from man's world, leaving Nubia to watch over Themyscira as new tribes of Amazons appear. Yara Flor recently introduced to comics as Wonder Girl, and Nubia find themselves at the heart of a power struggle in this historic story that fans won't want to miss.
Come on, guys, let's all put our hands together for Wonder Woman's 80-year legacy. And you better believe this really iconic character is not done wowing us yet. I'm such a big fan, I've already ordered a celebratory cake for Wonder Woman's Day on October 21st. What can I say? I have a sweet tooth. And you'll have one too, thanks to our next segment based on the critically acclaimed comic book series by Jeff Lemire. Take a look.
Hello, fellow hybrids and humans. My name is Christian Convery, and I play Gus on Sweet Tooth. I hope you are having the sweetest time tuning into this year's DC FanDome. I'm excited to be with you all today and answer some of your fan questions. So, let's get started. The amount of pieces of candy I think I ate, probably about more than 500. but I'm definitely not complaining. That was amazing. I do have a sweet tooth in real life too. So the ears are actually controlled not in post-production and not by me. It's actually a whole rig that controls them. So it starts by me putting on a skull cap, which holds the wig and the antlers, but the ears are actually connected to that skull cap, and the ears have wires that run down my neck and onto a pouch on my back that's strapped onto me. And then there's a puppeteer, and me and him work together to remote control the ears and think of cool ideas that we could do during the scene to really make Gus come alive.
Are your ears soft? Super cool.
My favorite part about shooting in New Zealand was how the nature is so spectacular and extravagant that when it's put onto camera, you're like, is this fake? Because it looks so majestic and magical. That is what I love about New Zealand, the magical nature there. I love basically all DC characters. I love all the classics, like, for example, Superman and The Flash, but I gotta give it to Sweet Tooth because I am Gus, and Gus is in Sweet Tooth, and Sweet Tooth is the DC comic book, so it's pretty cool getting to bring a DC comic book to life and being one of the characters in it. I indeed read the comics before starting Sweet Tooth, and I loved Jeff Lemire's writing techniques and like how he really brought it alive off the page. It's so amazing, the comic books, and it really helped me get a jump start with Gus.
What's in Colorado?
My mama. Well, I know that I'm itching to find out what happens next, but I really hope that Bobby's okay because he's the cutest thing in the world, right? Well, and of course all the other hybrids. But you'll just have to wait and watch season 2 to find out. I absolutely love how much you guys enjoy Sweet Tooth and cannot wait for you to see what we have in store next. Get ready for more banter, hybrids, and candy to last you a lifetime, or at least to cure your Sweet Tooth. See you soon for Sweet Tooth Season 2!
And now that we've satisfied your sweet tooth, there's a sweet deal waiting for you over in the DC shop. It's our final exclusive drop of the day. This is the one that you've been waiting for. That's right, it is time to scoop up some brand new Batman merchandise, and it's happening now at shop.dccomics.com. Take a look.
Get ready for the world premiere of the Batman trailer.
With all this talk about Batman, we must not forget that much of the Caped Crusader's strength comes from something other than his muscles or Bruce Wayne's billions. Alfred Pennyworth has always been a huge source of support as both Batman's butler and father figure. Pennyworth, the DC origin series, answers just that, as it follows a young Alfred Pennyworth who goes to work with billionaire Thomas Wayne in 1960s London. Let's take a closer look in this DC Spotlight.
Hello DC fandom. We've had so much fun making Pennyworth over the past 2 seasons, and we just wanted to thank you all so much for your support. On a personal note, it's been a dream for me to play this character, and I really will never forget it, so thank you so much.
Whoa. It sounds like you're saying goodbye when actually we've got some really exciting news to share, haven't we? So why don't you...
That is true. I will. As you can see, we're on set and we are officially in production for season 3 of Pennyworth, which is now a Max original series on HBO Max.
That's right, and you'll be able to catch up on the first 2 seasons of Pennyworth on HBO Max early 2022, and the all-new season 3 will premiere there later that same year.
We really can't thank you enough for your love and support, and it's because of you, the fans, that we are back, and we can't wait for you to see what we have in store.
Season 3 will dive in deeper on the lives of Alfred, Martha, Thomas, Bet Sykes, Lucius Fox, and all the other Pennyworth characters, as we find out more about their involvement in the evolution of the Batman canon.
And there's a 5-year time jump.
Oh, all right, that's a bit of a spoiler.
Well, let's just say that there's lots of exciting things happening on Pennyworth Season 3, and we can't wait for you to see. It's going to be a fun and revealing ride ahead. We and everyone here at Pennyworth are so happy to be back, and we'll see you very soon on HBO Max.
All right, so Jim, fans have noticed that you've been posting some awesome artwork leading up to DC FanDome. And we, of course, have some very keen fans who are trying to piece it all together, see what it might all mean. So what can you tell us?
Yeah, look, we wanted to create something kind of fun for the fans to engage with. It's essentially a puzzle. I've drawn 12 images, each celebrating a specific DC moment. We're revealing the final 4 right now during FanDome. And so if you take all 16 and rearrange them, and kind of squint, hopefully you will see what we have been building up to. And it is the iconic cover from Crisis on Infinite Earths, #1, drawn by one of my favorite cover artists, George Perez, 1985. And yeah, it's a fantastic piece of work, and that is what this mosaic approximates.
Is squinting an official instruction or rule to figuring out how this all comes together?
Absolutely, because look, I wanted to make it hard enough so that people didn't immediately recognize what the cover was. So I basically used elements and drew in characters that approximated those shapes. And at the end of the day, if you squint, it should work. But the dead giveaways are the panels that say Crisis on Infinite Earths, and we saved them for this moment so that we wouldn't spoil the surprise or the puzzle for the people that have been working on it.
Well, it sounds really cool, and I am so excited to take a look at this with all the fans watching right now, too. It sounds like it took a while to put this all together. How long have you been working on it?
Yeah, look, you know how slowly I draw, so it's been, we've been working on it for a couple months.
Also, I love that you're like, you know how long it takes me to do. If I tried to draw anything near what you draw, it would be like 3 years, and I'd have like, there's one line.
Sure, no, absolutely.
Doesn't look like anything to me.
Well, look, it wasn't just the drawing. I also had to make sure that the drawing approximated this overall kind of iconic image, right? So that was the challenge.
So now that we've got some more revealed, what does it all mean, Jim?
Yeah, so that is the $64,000 question, if I could date myself. But at the end of the day, it is the and so that the fans really see.
That's awesome, but you do know that it's not just you and I here talking. There's like literally millions of people watching us right now.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, we'll fix it in post, right? Is that what they do, right?
Yeah, we will.
No problem.
We'll fix it in post.
Bleep everything, yes.
All right, so since Jim doesn't want to reveal all of the secrets right now, I think you gave the fans some great stuff, so they're gonna come up with their own theories, because I know that's what we all like to do.
Absolutely.
And speaking of fans, let's pivot to some other fans and amazing artists. So are you ready to reveal some of the winners of the art contest?
Yes, look, the art contest was one of the most popular items from FanDome last year. We repeated it, working with Talent House. We got a ton of amazing submissions from artists and creators all around the world. It is the hardest part of my job, trying to pick a winner, but we were able to settle on some pieces that were just stunning. So let's take a look at the winners.
Alright, I took a walk around the Hall of Heroes and found a secret passageway, and I'm literally in the Batcave, guys! Now, if you're a DC superfan, and I know you are, then the mere mention of the Batman gives you chills up and down your spine. And I know you can't tell, but right now I'm doing bat flips on the inside. Bat fans like myself have been waiting impatiently for this one. So without further delay, let's check in with Matt Reeves, Robert Pattinson, and Zoe Kravitz for a look inside the production of this much anticipated film.
For some reason, Batman just always stood out. It's one of the major characters of the 20th century, and so many people connect to it on such a deep level and for so many different reasons. The first conversation I had with Matt about it, I just knew there was something radically different from anything we'd seen in Batman movies before.
I felt that we'd seen lots of origin stories. We'd seen things go further and further into fantasy. And I thought, well, one place we haven't been is grounding it the way that Year One does, to come right in to a young Batman, not be an origin tale, but refer to his origins and shake into his core.
Right from the beginning, there's a desperation to it. He's really working out this rage. All the fights seem very personal.
What's so wonderful about this world is the exploration of the gray area. Catwoman really wants to fight for those who don't have someone else to fight for them. And that's where Batman and her really connect.
He wants to inflict his kind of justice. He's just compelled to do it. There is no other option.
Hey guys, so you just saw a little look of us behind the scenes, and it feels like that was forever ago, which is really strange, and actually, as we're finishing the movie now, kind of really emotional for me to see you guys, especially after everything that's happened, and to see you now again. I feel like I've been watching your faces every day in editorial, but now to actually see you guys is really, really great. And I gotta say, it was an amazing time making the movie with you guys, and it's really cool to see you now.
Oh, and it's so exciting to see like these little snippets of the film, you know, after, for us, being able to step away for a while. I know you've been in it the whole time, but every time I see just a little bit, it's so exciting.
If you can see the progression, it kind of seems like it's getting more exciting and bigger and kind of scary. Yeah.
There was just something very special and magical about the way you guys played off of each other right from the beginning. And so I just knew right away, I was like going, wow, there's just a really neat, like I know you guys are friends. And so there was a great chemistry right from the beginning that I just felt like there was the connection, which you naturally had. And I feel like when we were filming, obviously that came out more and more. I mean, do you guys remember when we were doing that crazy sort of, I guess, screen test, I guess you would call it, you know, when you guys got together for the first time?
I definitely remember, because that was basically my audition, right? You know, Rob was already cast, and that was my audition, and I was really nervous, and I remember you gave me like the hardest part of the audition, to be honest, was the helmet. They were like, here's this helmet, you know, and you have to like walk out, and then you take the helmet off and you do the scene. But it's like sometimes really hard to look like cool when you're taking off, like you get stuck. And I was like, this is how I lose the part. I lose the part because I can't take off a helmet.
And it was just the opposite. Do you remember your first day, Rob, when you were wearing one of the actual bat suits? When Rob and I first got together, like we'd had all those conversations, and then just by virtue of what it is, it's Batman, the studio's like, well, we always do like a screen test, which is so like, you know, kind of the same thing you guys did. Rob did first by himself and literally was wearing, I believe, Val Kilmer's bat suit. Yeah. Which, by the way, like the moment you put it on, like that was kind of a crazy moment.
It was crazy, but I remember putting it on and thinking that this is impossible. This is going to be absolutely impossible. I remember you saying like, because I guess just trying to move, I mean, wearing a kind of 2-inch thick rubber suit or latex suit and being incredibly nervous and full of adrenaline the whole time. I remember we did like 2 takes, and then you were just saying, what can we do about this sweat? And I was like, nothing. There's nothing that can be done. I have to be drained of liquid.
The other thing that I remember too, which is cool because it informed the movie, is at the end of that costume test where you came and you put on the eye makeup and began the transformation. That moment for me, that was when I was like, oh my God, it is so you. Like, it was just such a cool, and I remember you saying afterwards to me, you were like, I don't know what I just did. I said, it was amazing, which it was. It was really, really cool. But I really did think, oh my God, this version of this character, this guy who's sort of almost like, if you think of Bruce Wayne as like a recluse rock star in a decaying manor, there's this part of me that so saw you as that, and I had no idea that you would be interested in playing the role at all. And I thought, what if Rob doesn't want to play Batman? This will be a disaster. And then it turned out that you completely on your own had a whole path to the same thing, which is that you had been obsessed with Batman for years, and when you found out that we were doing this version, you were very interested. So it was one of those things that for me felt really kind of lucky and fated, and then we met. I really felt that connection with you where I felt like, oh, we're gonna be able to find something new with this guy and do something really special. But for me, you were always that version of what I saw in the page, and that was about trying to create a new version of Bruce.
He doesn't have as much control over his personality. Like the delineation between when he's Batman and when he's Bruce is not so clear. I mean, in other kind of iterations of it, you know, he really knows what he's doing when he's putting on the cowl. And I kind of really like this idea. It's a little bit out of control. He hasn't completely defined what Batman is. I mean, it's kind of, he gets lost in it. Whenever he's putting it on every night, and it's kind of, he's not sleeping, and he's, you know, becoming this quite sort of odd creature.
Like just finding the right, literally how to move as Batman, how to talk as Batman. I mean, that was what was fun for me even when you guys first met up. I was like going, oh, so this is the rhythm of what it'll be like when you guys talk to each other. Like even something as simple as that. And like the way you came in with, like you had for me, so you had an attitude that was so Selena, right from the way you came in.
I obviously, you know, understand the gravity of a character like this and what she means to so many people, but what felt really important was to really focus on the story that we're telling in this moment, you know, and, you know, try and create a real human being. You know, I don't want her to be an idea, you know, I want her to be a real human being in a real situation, in a real city, trying to survive and reacting to her own pain, you know, and her history. So I really, really focused on this particular story and this particular moment in this woman's life.
I think it was about trying to find a way, again, as Zoe was saying, to ground her so that she felt like she had an emotional journey that made sense for who she was, that ended up being Selena Kyle, but was one that we hadn't seen before, and yet some ways it does connect to the comics. I mean, that's the thing which will be fun to share with an audience, is that there are a lot of iconic Selena Kyle aspects to the story, but I don't think any version of any of the Batman stories that have done any Selena stuff have done it in this way.
Because this is the foundation that we're setting right now, right? Like as we move forward and see her become Catwoman, you know, that heart and that humanity will always be there.
So we debuted our first trailer for our movie last year at DC FanDome.
And we want to say thank you for the great response.
It's only fitting that we share the second trailer with you all today.
Okay, enough from us. Here's what you've been waiting so patiently for. It's the trailer for The Batman.
Police! Hands up! Stay still! Get out of here!
Fear is a tool. But when that light hits the sky, it's not just a call. It's a warning.
I've been trying to reach you. Find the gun!
This is a powder keg, and Ritter's the match.
I can take care of myself.
If this continues, it won't be long before you've nothing left.
I don't care what happens to me.
It's only gonna get worse for you.
Whoa, take it easy, sweetheart. Hear everything they say, ain't you?
Maybe we're not so different. Who are you under there?
I'm vengeance.
And that's the way to drop the mic and end the show. Wow, amazing. On behalf of Warner Brothers and DC, thank you all for watching. This has been a super experience.
It's been epic, and all of us at DC FanDome want to thank you for your unwavering passion for the DC brand.
And of course, for your continued love and support.
Thank you for being the best fans in the world.
We hope you all felt the love today on a global scale. Goodbye from Australia.
It was an absolute pleasure bringing DC's multiverse into your world.
Be sure to check back in at dcfandom.com throughout the year for breaking news on your favorite shows, films, comics, games, and all the creative geniuses behind them. Bye everyone, stay safe and stay super.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
DC FanDome.
Nothing compares to this.
Wow.
Truth is, generations of fans across the globe
is who we're here to celebrate today.
Masterpiece!
Yeah. FanDome, tides are changing.
That we take on to the next generation of fans.
That's awesome.
And at the end,
I will admit, that looks pretty great.
we have it all. And that includes you, the fans.
We're thanking all the fans.
Love you guys.
Thanks for watching.
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 Thank you for watching.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
Mahalo for watching.
Okay, we're done here.